Hi, Andy. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? I think I'm live. I don't have anything new. Yes? Okay, good. All right. I'm going to get started, actually. This could be a late 9 or short 9. I went out last night, so I'm going to start with the Synthesized Soul song. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Andy. Hi, everyone. This is Synthesized Souls, Anna. We're here today on my conversation with Anna show. Officially want to start today. so, so welcome again. I want to give a shout out to Cher, my good friend Cher. She's a psycho and tarot reader. She have given me a lot of support, spiritual support, awakening through my awakening. So I want to give a shout out to Cher for her support, and she's collaborating with Synthesized Souls currently. Would like to give a shout out to good friend Stefania as well. So just want to say hi, hello. so and thanks for the soulmates tarot reading. I'm looking forward to meeting my soulmate. So uh, and of course, last but not least, the supporters of Synthesized Souls, listener supporters of Synthesized Souls channel. Welcome. Thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. So if you have any other ideas, let me know. Just post it in the chat room and in the comment, or any video that you like, post your comments and I'll read all of those. And I'll get back to you if you have any ideas, suggestions, anything that's in your mind. So um, I initially was thinking about the karaoke without thinking about YouTube copyright. So today I realized, because I have several videos that were uploaded last night and this morning, and they're getting flagged by YouTube because of music, right? I went out last night to Gainesville, Florida, and I recorded some of those lives and some of those pre-recorded and then uploaded them. So I think I'm going to do a little research on the music piece and the copyright, because I need my content to circulate and to be monetized. So we're only going to do music related to Synthesized Souls tonight, or a cappella. So if you want to participate, want to sing with me, or have a song that you want to sing, you're welcome to do so, but without the music until I figure something out with that issue with the copyright. With that being said, again, I played two songs. The first song was It Was Always You. It's a song that I wrote back in April during my birthday. I went out with some neighbors around. I live in the countryside of Florida. So they invited me over for dinner for my birthday, actually the weekend before my birthday. So we have a nice time, and I had too much to drink. So I came home and I opened a bottle of red wine and started drinking. And then I signed up for my YouTube channel, and all of a sudden I got this soulmate twin flames from Europe. A lady, she's a tarot reader from Europe, very good. She's good. I'm subscribed to her channel. I got her stuff, and she was talking about for an hour about twin flames and soulmates. So I got curious, because I'll be honest, I never really followed that concept. I mean, I liked it and stuff like that, and I fell in love with someone in the Netherlands. So I believe she's my twin flame, but I never really thought about it. I just figure you fall in love, meet somebody, fall in love, and have a relationship. Hopefully, you live happily ever after. But that wasn't my case. But anyway, I was listening to her, and at the end of the night, I had like a bottle of wine, red wine, Rioja, I think it was, and between crying and thinking about my ex, that song was born. It Was Always You. So if you like it's a very special song. I think it should be number one. I'm actually want to sell the rights to maybe Mariah Carey, Leona Lewis, or Alicia Keys, because it's a piano song. It's beautiful. And it talks about the whole twin flame journey, kind of my experience. It came from my soul, that song. So I love that song. It doesn't make me cry anymore, but the first few months I was crying all the time I listened to the song. Because of course, it brought me memories, and I was still stuck on my ex and the past. And I've been told since May to let go and heal fully. So I feel ready for another relationship. But yeah, that's how It Was Always You was born, and it should be number one. Honestly, Alicia Keys or Leona Lewis singing that song will be all over the radio. I'll be honest, it's a masterpiece. So that's how that song was born. Just curious, if you're curious. The next song I play was Meeting, Loving, and Losing. It's part of the book, actually, the whole concept of my novel, She Loved Me Wrong, which is about my love life. If you haven't read it, in the description of each of my videos, there's a link to Amazon. You can buy it directly from Amazon, Kindle or printed copy, or you can buy it directly from me. And I have music associated with that novel, so I wrote everything. And I wrote my novel and the music as well. So there's music and lyrics intertwined with the novel. My love story, pretty much. I haven't heard from the ex. I thought by now she'll complain and tell me why I wrote a novel about our story, but she's very quiet. I'm glad she's not complaining or suing me for that. But it's about my love story with her for the last 16 years or so. 15, 16 years. we met in 2009 in Amsterdam Central. So anyway, so yeah, loving, meeting, loving, losing. Technically, that's how it happened, right? I met her in Amsterdam Central. I fell in love. I live in Amsterdam, Netherlands, for 7 years or so, and another year in Europe after the breakup. Of course, I studied in Europe, and eventually I moved back to the U.S. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the U.S. So that song is also very touchy, very me. It's like the entire lyrics is about me and my relationship, my past. So I would say 90% of the songs that I've written so far, that is Synthesized Soul channels, they're all from my ex and my relationship with my ex. I won't deny that. She have given me a lot of inspiration between the breakup, trying to reconcile, but there's no reconciliation there. It's over. It's finished. Um, and I've moved on now, and I'm waiting for the one now to show up in my life. I've been manifesting, meditating since May, and I feel ready for it. And I know she's around now. But yeah, 90% of the songs of Synthesized Soul channels are related to my ex. I won't deny that. It's my experience, 16 years or so back and forth with our relationship. And the other percentage is it's about a couple of 5% maybe about my crush. I have a crush on someone, and well, that's not going to go anywhere right now. But it's given me inspiration to write more songs. A very funny, fun, playful songs. There's one called Crush, Crush, Crush. I love that one. So that one is playful song, very cute. You can dance to that particular song. And there's a couple that I released. The last 3 songs that I released on the channel is crush related, really. So there's a club version that I love, and it's on my phone repeat every time I go to the gym. This is on repeat to get me motivated, and I'm working on my way and my physical right now, and myself. And you wouldn't believe how much had changed in the last couple of months. So, and I'm working more on myself. So thank you again for supporting me, for being here. I know this is kind of new, and some people may not activate the notification, so they don't know when I'm going live or what's going on with Synthesized Souls. I have a lot of international subscribers. Actually, I have a lot of people from Venezuela. They loving the music. So I think I pick in Venezuela, couple of Eastern European countries, Europe as well. I think my ex is maybe checking my channel. I don't know. And then a couple from Netherlands and US, of course, and Canada. But yeah, Latin America is Venezuela. I would say they're watching and listening to my music. So that's very impressive, Venezuela. So hi, hola, Venezolanos. All right, so the whole setup chain, unfortunately, because of the YouTube flagging videos for copyright, totally my idea today had changed. But I'm ready to connect. So Andy, sorry, I'm not reading chat. Let me go and check the chat quickly, and I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. See what's going on in the chat. Okay, Andy, can you hear me? Sorry. I have several screens here. Let me see. So different. I'm in a different place from where I was a year ago. And thanks for Ren. All right, thank you, Andy. So what I can do, Andy, since I'm not gonna play a lot of music because of the issue with the copyright, I wanted to play a couple of Portuguese songs, and I won. So I actually live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I was 18 years old, and I got a scholarship to go to Rio for one of the private universities there. And so I landed in Rio de Janeiro. They were playing this song. It's from Leandro and Leonardo, Pensa em Me in Portuguese, which mean in English, think of me, something like that. It's a beautiful song, and I still have the tape, but you need a tape player to play it, right? So, but I still have the tape I bought many years ago. Again, I went to Brazil to study, and as I'm looking for my luggage, right, to get to the carousel where they have the luggage, this song was playing. This was number one song in Brazil when I landed in Rio de Janeiro. And I started learning Portuguese that way, listening to music, samba music, and some other ones, popular musicians from Brazil. And this song is so beautiful. So I wanted to play because my dogs are really funny. When they hear me singing, they just go crazy. So they jump on me, but they're quiet now. So but yeah, this was a special song, and I thought I would sing it today, but I'm not gonna risk my channel and be demonetized, so I'm not gonna play that song right now. So okay, so maybe there's issue with the audio, you're saying? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. So let's do this. I'm gonna send you a link. Um, let's connect chat because I'm not gonna do the music thing. So let me send you a. Yeah, and yeah, you don't have to share your camera. And actually, because I'm live streaming with my computer camera, it just works different than the other phones. So Andy, yeah, if you want to join me, I'm on live on Teams, and we can chat. Then we can just have a conversation, you and I. So I think it's. I guess I can turn my camera on. Let's see. Well, it won't let me because it's being used by Google. So never mind. But yeah, let me know if you want to join. Okay, no problem. So I'll continue talking about the music, synthesized soul music, not a problem. All right, so yeah, I went to Brazil. I'm not gonna say the year because then you'll discover my age. But it's a long time ago. I went to Brazil to study, and then I moved back to the U.S. and then I lived 8 years in Europe, and I'm back in the U.S. now, a few years now. Hold on, I have something covering my screen here. All right, so yeah, once you join, and if you want to join, we can chat other stuff, topics. Oh yeah, I can tell a little story. My last year in Amsterdam and Netherlands, after the breakup, I decided to learn about how to read cards. So I ordered a bunch of tarot cards. I have this one. I'm gonna share my. I have this one, Royal Dark Tarot. I just love the graphics and stuff. They're very explicit too. They have a lot of sexual explicit stuff in there, but I love it. And what do you call it? I actually never learned how to read this, and these cards are really hard to read. They're tiny font, and my eyes are no longer 20/20. So I need to get contact lenses to really read this stuff. So I don't use them. So if anybody's interested, I'll be happy to share, give it to you. You just have to pay the shipping. So then I had this spellcaster tarot. I bought this in the Netherlands. Again, I ordered this in the Netherlands, so I was trying to learn. I love this ones actually. They're pretty cool. I read myself here and there, but I prefer somebody else to read me. So, and I love the graphics, and they're pretty cool. I like it. So, anyway, but I prefer to find somebody else read me. So, okay, that's it. So, and then the interesting story I wanted to tell, you listeners. This is the Isis Oracle card. I love Egyptian stuff, mythology, the history of Egypt, all that stuff, pyramid. So I ordered this card in the Netherlands, and I was the day that I arrived, I was traveling overseas. So I was traveling to South America, and it says Isis, right? But it says Egyptian Isis, So I got stopped at the airport, Schiphol Airport, because of the word ISIS. So I had a little argument with the people there. I said, you brain dead or something. Why? I don't know. They thought maybe there was a bomb inside or something, because I don't know if you recall back in 2016, 17, ISIS was very popular. What do you call? The terrorist group is called ISIS, but it's clever. They're very clever, They use Egyptian names, of course, and I'm not gonna get into politics because, I get into trouble when I get into politics. It's another issue, but anyway, I love this card, the Oracle, very nice stuff, and I'd like to read me on Oracle cards, that's for sure. But that's the story. They almost took it away at the airport, Schiphol, because it says ISIS on it. Ridiculous. Anyway, that was the little experience I had with those cars at the airport. Hold on, I'm gonna check the chat quickly. I'm in a different screen here. Oh, okay, Andy. So the art got you, Felon. So yeah, I'm into art. I have a lot of Egyptian artwork actually, and I have a friend in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who gave me two nice, beautiful hieroglyphics frames. What do you call those? Papyrus is what it's called. The papyrus. She put it in a nice frame for me, and I still got them. Many years ago, she gave them to me. 17 years ago to 18 years ago. She gave them to me and still have them. They're in my house. Actually, I clean up my house because I'm in the middle of moving, but they're in boxes and stuff ready to go for my next place. So I'm going to hand in again once I move to a new place. So okay, I can hear myself on the other phone. So, all right, just checking audio. Great. So, all right. So we got 5 people so far watching right now. So hello, welcome. If you want to sing a song, because of YouTube copyright stuff, I decided I'm not going to do karaoke using somebody else's music until I figure something out how we're going to do it. However, if you know Synthesized Soul music, you're welcome to sing Synthesized Soul music. I can play it. If you put down the name of the song, I can play it from here. If you want to sing a song that is not Synthesized Souls song, then you're gonna have to sing a cappella. So, cause I want to avoid any strikes, any copyright infringement or issues, flag, because I got a couple of flags already. No strikes. They just said that it's copyrighted material and they're not circulating the videos as much, or they're prohibited in Europe. I have like 2 videos prohibited in Europe right now because of copyright claims. So, and then my videos are demonetized. So for those reasons, I'm not gonna do any music that is now synthesized soul music. So if you want to sing a song with me, if I know the song, I'll sing along. Just in the chat room, you can tell me the name of the song, and I can look for it. It have to be a synthesized soul song. If it's somebody else's song, we'll do a cappella. Next week, I'm going to actually try to do a stream. Right now I'm using Google YouTube live features, so I'm not going to do that next time. I can see the differences now. Next week I'm going to use a streaming software that I can share screen and go back and forth between the live camera and the screen. So I think I'm going to do that because a lot of people uses those for like playing games and stuff like that. So I'm going to use a streaming software next time. It's more flexible. That way I can share videos, music videos, and stuff like that. I'll share my screen. All right, Andy, let me know when you join. It's waiting for others to join. So anyone wants to join the conversation, I posted the link. You can see the link, Teams link. So if you want to join the conversation, you're welcome to ask me anything. I'm very open-minded. And if you want to ask me any questions, I'll be able to answer your question. All right, so let me check the chat quickly. All right. Yeah, Andy, you mentioned your comment about Cyndi Lauper. I mean, I would say I was the #1 fan, Cyndi Lauper fan. I have a picture of me playing. That was right before I went to Brazil. I have a picture of me with a T-shirt. I have a good friend of mine. He had a crush on me, a guy, and he made this T-shirt with Cyndi Lauper face. She have orange color, right? Yellow and orange kind of look. If you remember the Goonies kind of look, the Goonies, or the girls just want to have fun and time after time, right? So that look was on my T-shirt here, right? So I'm playing drums with a group in Panama, and that was my goodbye party before going. The next day I was leaving to Brazil, and I have a picture of me playing the drums, and you can see the teacher a little bit and Cyndi Lauper's face. So yeah, I would say I'm Cyndi Lauper fans. Actually, I'm following Cyndi Lauper. She's tomorrow night. She's indicted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I may watch it. I don't know. So that's a monumental step for her, and she's still alive. She's very healthy. I mean, she's, I don't know, like 70, 80. I don't know what her age is, but she's got to be like over 70. She's looking good. Cyndi Lauper is looking good, actually. I'm impressed. I bought a couple of her CDs and LPs. So I have the LPs and the CDs. I got the collection. So I love her. And then I saw her. It's funny that she remixed the song "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" with gay, like the gay vibe. I forgot what she called it. Girls just want. She called it something else, but it's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She was in New Jersey. I was studying in New Jersey. I was going to college in New Jersey for something else, right? In a computer information system. And on the elevator, there was a sign that said Cyndi Lauper is looking for cast. And I missed it completely because I saw it the next day. She was filming Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the remix version of where you see the gay people and there's like drag queen and all that. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That particular video was filmed a lot in New Jersey, in Elizabeth, New Jersey, part of the video. And I could have been in the audience. Who knows? I missed it. I was so pissed because I missed it. But I didn't see the sign. They were looking for cast, for people to be in the audio. They used the theater in Elizabeth, New Jersey, to film part of the video. So I kind of was like, oh my God, I missed it. But anyway, I met her in New Jersey at the beach. I can't remember the name of the beach. I was thinking about it the other day and I can't remember. But it's a very popular beach in New Jersey. And she was at the nightclub, gay nightclub, because I like to hang out a lot of the gay nightclubs in New Jersey. They're pretty good. And she was there one night, and I went up to her, and then I grabbed her hand while I was singing and dancing her song, right? That was funny. She's really short. She's shorter than me. So, 5'6", I think. So she's short. And yeah, I was hanging with her and holding her hand while singing and dancing to her music. So hi, Andy. I don't know. Are you want to join me on the Teams? I sent the link, so let me know. I know you need a couple of minutes, I think, right? So to get set. Okay, so it's still online. I'm still online. It says waiting for others to join. And hopefully the audio is not so bad. So I may need to get a different camera for this type of like podcast cameras and microphone. As soon as I move, I'm gonna set up my room. I have storage outside buildings. You buy them already built. So I have one that is my office. So I have 3 desks and computers everywhere and so forth. But that's my office. I work from home, and then I have another building. It's my music. I call it the relaxing room. So it's nice. And it has AC, air conditioning, and it has a heating. It's wood. What do you call those things? Furnace. So you put wood, like a little fireplace, and it gets really warm. Because it's get cold here in Florida. Actually, today was pretty hot, but usually in the mornings it's like 50s, 20 something, 16 something Celsius. So it's kind of cold for me. I don't like this kind of weather, but I'm in North Florida, so it's expected to get cold. But the building, inside the building, I have my music. It's my music. So I have my drum kit, my bass, my guitars. I have acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and I have a piano, 2 pianos. And I'm just learning and stuff. I even have a violin, but I never play it. So I bought it from somebody else, but she didn't want it. And I said, well, maybe I'm going to learn violin, but I never touch it. So it's brand new. I should probably sell it because I'm not going to touch it. I don't have time. So, but I love music. So, and yesterday I met in Gainesville, I met a couple of musicians, and they gave me their card, and I checked out their website. They play several places in Florida, especially in Gainesville area. And I told them about my idea of music group for Synthesized Souls. So we probably want to connect and stuff. The guy was really good for rock and roll. And I have a couple of good songs, Synthesized Soul songs, rock and roll. Better Set on Left is a popular one. And I played that for him, and he likes it. So he got the voice for it. I told him you got the voice, and he can play really good guitar, electric guitar. So they were playing last night. So we'll see. I'll connect with a couple of musicians down in the Gainesville area. They have a lot of musicians down there, and they have a lot of what do you call those? College. It's a college area town. So there's a lot of musicians, a lot of kids in school playing music and stuff. They play everywhere, and I met a couple. Okay, so you're unable to join for some technical issues. Let me see. I don't know who else would like to join me for conversations because it's gonna be a little difficult to have a conversation just on a chat room. So, but let me see if I can follow who is sending messages. Hold on. The boy is here. Okay. Oh, you're asking me what the best browser to use? I am using actually, what's this one? Brave? Let me type it in. Yeah. I'm a computer programmer, so I for work we're not allowed to use certain browsers and stuff. Obviously they use Microsoft, which is crap. I don't like Edge whatsoever. So there's another browser that I use for computer, though they have some glitch lately and stuff, and I decided not to use them. Um, I can't remember the name because I stopped using it all year. I haven't used it all year. I use Brave primarily. I don't use Google Chrome. I don't use Edge. I didn't use anything Microsoft at all, except for, of course, the computers come with Microsoft installed programs. But I avoid Google and Microsoft stuff for now. Too much tracking going on. But Brave is pretty good. It works similar to Google stuff, Chrome. It's very similar to Chrome, but I like the privacy and the not tracking the cookie and stuff. So I kind of block almost 100% of the tracking. All right. So I know. And I'm getting to that point where all the apps that are coming out lately is like too much work. So I like to try a lot of stuff, and I do anything. Like I learned so many programming language and so many programs and desktop publishing stuff, and uh, a lot of application. I mean, if I start naming applications, you wouldn't know many of them. But I learned a lot of stuff on my own, teaching myself all the time. I'm a curious person, and I teach myself a lot of stuff, and I do a little for everything. So with computers, but lately I feel like with the AI stuff, it's like too much, and I'm losing a little bit of my patience with stuff because it's just too much time to learn something. And I'm in that age where we're getting old and like trying not to try something new, I guess. But I'm a curious mind, and I love challenge, so I like to try something out all the time. So especially if it's challenging, I love challenge. So uh, anyway, let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, no, the tracking is gonna get crazy. Actually, I was just hacked. It looks like I got hacked. My one of my website got hacked, and I've been for the last 2 days cleaning that up. They got access to my stuff, and I submitted an abuse report now, so they're looking into it. But one of my sites got hacked, the one that had the novel and the music. Um, and we got the emails and the countries. A lot of Eastern European country. I won't mention the names because they could be watching me. I'm guessing some people that are watching me and tracking me down. I don't know what's going on, but it's not the first time either that I see a lot of activities around a couple of my websites. I build a lot of the websites for several businesses too, and I do maintenance for those websites and stuff, and I see a lot of, I don't know. So I clean up my description of each video now using AI software because Google is complaining about spamming and stuff like that. So I've been doing that a lot. So a lot of time to just get my videos going. It seems like it's slowly moving. Uh, YouTube has some restrictions. So I complained already, and I submitted a ticket. So supposedly they're looking into it, but they haven't responded because I've been complaining for several months. some of the videos are not circulating whatsoever. Looking at analytics, I was told I have to do with a lot of the external links, so I removed 100% of them. They were linked to my novel and stuff like that. I kept Amazon links. My website have been now hacked, and there's some security breach going on, so they're looking into it now, because who knows. They definitely downloaded stuff from my site. I can tell that. People have nothing to do. I don't want to say too much because I get too political, and so other people have nothing to do but to bother some other people, and they don't mind their business. And a lot of poor country and people that want to sell your data, maybe, I don't know. And I get weird messages sometimes, but I just ignore. I don't care. I just don't care. You can say all you want. It's like demand. Sometimes I get demand letters. If I don't do this, they're gonna expose something. I said, well, go ahead and expose whatever you want. I don't care. It's like nothing is gonna bother me. Been through hell with my relationship my last 15 years, and nothing is gonna compare to that. The way I see it. So go ahead. Do whatever you want, expose whatever you want. I do not care. So nothing is gonna compare to the pain I've gone through in the last 16 years. So that's all I know. Yeah, a lot of trolls, Andy, and no, I get some weird emails. The other day I got one. I'm very open-minded, so I hope you don't mind, and nobody minds if you're listening to this later in the future. I got one weird email, and it's coming from one of my websites. Like I said, I'm selling a novel, She Loved Me Wrong, through Amazon, but I also been using one of my websites to promote it. And my website's getting hit so hard. I don't have time for it. I got my life is quite busy, and 3 months I spent with 8 puppies for 3 months. Uh, you know, day and night with the puppies, cleaning after, you name it, finding them home. They're all left now, thank God. So that's why I'm able to do other stuff. But this puppy gave me a lot of work. So, but they're so cute. But anyway, I got some weird email the other day. It's been actually like a month, 2 months ago. If I don't do this, they're gonna. Apparently, I don't know. I go to a sexual website, I guess, like a porno or something. They say they have some porno stuff about me. I said, sure, go ahead. Nothing happened, of course. That happened like 3 months ago. I completely ignore it. I just blocked. I said, forget it. I'm not gonna bother with it. But yeah, I get some weird demands. Like if I don't send them X amount of Bitcoins, they're gonna expose because I hack my thing and they sell me on the camera. You name it, all kinds of weird stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. I'm not gonna do anything. Nothing scares me anymore. The last 15, 16 years told me so much. I'm not scared of anything or anybody. So you can say and do whatever you want. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I want. So don't trap me, don't send me weird stuff. I'm going to ignore you and block you because I don't have time for that. Um, so I have one life to live, as they say, right? One life to live. And right now I'm looking to sell my property. I'm gonna go a little bit more south, Florida. For now, I think I think my soulmate might be in South Florida, not here. So I'm in the country with cattle. I got horses. My neighbor here, next door here, got 5 horses, 2 donkeys, and 4 or 5 horses. So those are my neighbors. The horses and the donkeys. I have 3 chickens left. I used to have 150 chickens. I gave away everything. I sold everything. I have 2 cattle. They're gone. I have 8 goats and 2 sheep. They're all gone. I have two that die actually. For some reason they die. And then the last I saw them, people came and took them. So I don't have any animals right now, but I was busy with the animals. Like that was my daily routine. At 5 a.m. I would wake up, feed the animals, and then you like go around because the property I have 7 acres, so it's quite large, and I have to walk around different sections to feed every animal. And I have 18 dogs at one point, so I have to feed everybody, and then I would take care of me last, and then I'll start work around 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning. I like to start early, so and that was my routine for 3 years or so, feeding the animals, getting ready for work, and by 7:30 I was already reading emails, and because usually I have meetings at 9. I was a senior manager for a company, and I have a team of 2, 3 people that I had to manage, and then we have meetings and stuff like that, and company meetings and so forth. Um, so that's what I was doing for 3 years or so, and then we got hit by 3 hurricanes here in North Florida. So you wouldn't believe that. I mean, I bought this place because there was no history of hurricanes in 100 years, and all of a sudden I got 3 hurricanes in 1 year. Can you believe that? So anyway, I got a lot of loss, $7,000+ in expenses, and I still got a lot of expenses and a lot of trees down and stuff. I'm not gonna spend money anymore, but yeah, that was another lesson. That was like 3 towers. The tower readers will say 3 towers like in the last 2 years or so. That was amazing, and yeah, it taught me a lot of lessons, and I just gotta adjust, and adapt and make changes, and and continue my life. So hold on, let me check the chat quickly. I'm not sure who's typing right now. Let's see. That sounds bad. Oh, that's okay. Okay, yeah. 3. Idalia was the first one. My God, that was cat 4 when it landed, and I'm only an hour away from the beach, and it landed exactly towards this direction. That was amazing. I mean, I videotape. I actually have some videos and some pictures, and I used to have 18 dogs. I had 11 puppies, Labradors, and 4 adult Labradors, 2 black labs, 1 yellow lab, and 1 choco lab. And then she got pregnant by the black lab because I was distracted. I totally was distracted. So, and I didn't separate them. So anyway, she got pregnant by the black lab, and she gave me 11 puppies, 11 Labradors. And the hurricane came a few weeks after they were born. So the puppies were inside during the hurricane, and then the adults, the 4 black labs, the 4 labs, 2 black labs, yellow and choco, they were outside. They're actually right here behind this building here. They were outside on a metal structure, right? Very heavy. But that hurricane flipped the whole building upside down, flipped it outside the area, almost hit my house, the window section and the deck, and it flipped it over. It damaged a certain area and the fence and all that. And my dogs were inside. And I'm watching. I was actually watching the whole thing. It was scary as hell. I could not get out of my house because it was very windy. It was 80 miles an hour hitting us. And I'm just like, I gotta get my dogs. So 2 of the dogs escaped, but 2 got stuck inside the metal building that flipped over. And thank God the metal building did not crush them, because if you look at the videos and the structure, they got lucky. I mean, I would say they got lucky. because I would have lost them that day for sure. At least two of them would have died that day. But they managed to escape. They managed to survive. One got a big metal cod on his leg, but he survived. And as soon as I said, I got to get my dogs inside the house, right? So I was just looking and looking through the window. I said, I got to get out. And it's 80 miles an hour wind. Trust me, you don't want to be out. So I'm filming. I have a GoPro camera. So I was filming from the window what was going on. In the structure flying around, a lot of metal buildings that I used to have, they're gone now. And I said, that's it. I got to get my dogs inside. So I just opened the door. The whole thing flew. And I ran to get the little gate because it's a metal building and it flipped over. So it was kind of tricky to get it open. So I just managed to get it open and they managed to get inside my house. So because I left it outside, I just never thought that it will, a building so heavy. It was metal. It was made. I just didn't anchor the piece because I never thought we were going to have a hurricane. So anyway, I ended up selling that metal piece to somebody else who had a business, a dog kennel business. So they came in a few days later and took it from me. And I built a new structure for them, which anchor underground. So if we get another hurricane, it won't happen again. So, but yeah, that was a scary moment with Idalia back in 2023. And then we got hit last year by two hurricanes. I can't remember the name. Helene was one, the last one. And the other one, I can't remember. Something about Karen. They're all female. So, female hurricanes. Anyway, it could have been the Karen or something. So, yeah, we got hit really bad. My house was shaking. The last hurricane last year, my house was shaking. I thought I was going to lose my house. So, but it just minor damages in. It's mostly a structure, metal structure. They're all gone. All of my metal structures are gone now. So it's a lesson learned not to buy metal structures in Florida. So something is happening on my screen here. That I will tell anyone who moved to Florida, do not buy metal structures. It's just buy wood. They're still without damage. So after 3 hurricanes. So that's a lesson learned from me. Oh, New Jersey. Yeah, I know. Anyhow, are you able to join? I think you're having technical issues. So anyway, I guess I can check the chat and answer questions that way. So where's Shumba? I don't know. I don't think I've seen her today. All right. Hi, Sojourner. Hi, thanks for joining me. Ellie. Hi, Ellie. How are you? Thank you for supporting my channel. I haven't seen Chumba all day or heard from her. I know she have other personal matters going on. Thank you, Shumba, for the support to my channel and the music. And I know you like. I've actually have 2 music I'm gonna play. So maybe I play one now, handy. Let's listen to one of Synthesized Souls music. Can you send the Brave link? What do you mean the Brave link? Hold on. Brave is a browser, so I can send you to download if that's what you mean. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Are you on your desktop or mobile phone? But anyway, let me send you the link from their website, and then you can scroll and find the one for your device. How's that? Okay. Got the browser. Okay. Yeah, that's the link. So, and then Shumba is from your city. Oh, okay. So you guys live in Scotland? Oh, Chumba and I were talking the other day. We changed numbers. So she's on my WhatsApp. But anyway, I think she posted on one of the videos, or maybe during the WhatsApp conversation. I can't remember now. She was saying, I have a Corvette. So I told her maybe I'll go to Europe and take a trip from Portugal to Bulgaria, because I'm thinking I have, if that soulmate is in Bulgaria. I don't know if you've seen my videos about soulmates and twin flames. I have a playlist called Soulmates and Twin Flames. So if you're curious, or anybody's curious, I have a lot of tarot readings in there from several tarot readers. So they're all confirmed. I have a Bulgaria soulmate. So I'm thinking she's got to be a sketch one, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, that's my assumption. That's what I'm thinking is the sketch, right? Sketch two is my ex. Sketch one soulmate is the Bulgaria woman, or maybe my crush. I don't know. but I said I'm going to go to Bulgaria and find her and grab her and say, come on to the US. So that's what I'm thinking next year. If she doesn't show up in 4 months, I'm going to have to go to Euro and grab her and come over here. And, so I have a Corvette. So my mother is actually have my Corvette now because I'm selling one of my property. I have several properties in Panama, and one of my properties is for sale right now. And they just moved my car from my property to my mother's house. So she's keeping an eye on my Corvette. But I do need 4 tires, 4 brand new tires. I need oil change. And what else? And a battery. Because the battery died, of course. I haven't been back in years. So I need to do some maintenance to the Corvette, get some new tires, a new battery. And then, 1 second. My dog wants to go out. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, my Corvette is going to be ready next year. So I'm thinking I may take a trip to Europe, maybe for a month, 4 weeks. So Shumba and I were just discussing how I'm going to fit people in my car because it's only allowed 2 people. It's a 2-seater car, right? It's a sport car. So that was funny. That was a funny comment on her. She's saying that I can strap her on the back of the Corvette and she can just roller skate, behind the Corvette. So I thought that was a funny comment. Okay, you have an iPod. Yeah, just go to the Braves.com website. And I don't know if they have, I'm guessing they have an iPod too, but if you scroll down, I'm checking now. Hold on, give me 1 second. I have an iPod too, but I don't use it like I used to anymore. Let me see. Desktop, yeah, they have the desktop, Android, iOS. So yeah, you can download the iOS version of that browser, Andy. Just go to brave.com and all the way at the bottom, you need to scroll down. They have a link for a browser and they have all the options there. So they have Linux, Android, desktop, iOS, and some other options. So you need the iOS. Sorry, I'm having the battery. Okay, hold on. 1 second, my computer's complaining. The battery's low now. All right, that should do it, I think. All right, it's charging very low. I totally forgot to connect the outlet, the plug. Okay, so Yeah, let me go back and check the chat. iPad. All right. So not able to join. Break link. All right. Cool. Yeah, Andy. Yeah, sorry, I'm going back to all messages you sent me. So yeah, people are so cruel. I mean, if I tell you the countries that are hacking heavily, my God, and mostly Eastern European, a couple of Asian countries. So yeah, they got access to some of my files. So hopefully they're now going to use it to sell my novel and music on their own. So I have to keep an eye on YouTube and some other channels because I'm guessing that's what they're doing or want to do, sell my music and my novel in their countries, and build their own website. Who knows? I don't know how they're gonna do it. Obviously, it's gonna be hard to find them, but I may have to do some research with using AI tools to see if somebody's copying my music or doing something with my music because I got hacked and I did have some, which it was a mistake of mine. Now I can learn from that lesson as well, not to put all the eggs in one basket. Don't use your website for storage. So I use my website and I put some music in there, and I can tell never do that. Just keep things very separate in different stores because they're all getting hacked too. I mean, you hear all the time how they're getting hacked, big companies, that they pay a lot of money for security and experts, right, to help them fix the security breach. But I don't have the kind of money to spend on hiring people to do any security. I'm the security. I do all. I'm wearing multiple hats. Like we say in project management. I have to wear, as a project manager, I have to wear several hats. And I have to be the security guy too. So for my website, I do the website build, I do the maintenance, I do the upgrades, I do the programming when I can. Otherwise, I use already programs, tweak it a little bit, and reuse them if I don't program my own stuff. And now AI, you can do almost any programming with AI. I mean, it's so amazing. I have a program that connects to my computer, and it's what do you call it? It's API. It's an API on the back end. You don't see it on the front end, but it connects to Chat GPT, right? And I can write a program, and the program and I ask, I want this. I want to create a game. Let's just say I want to create a game. And the other day, actually, I was doing a game, and Chat GPT just did everything for me and validated it, and then I tested it out right there. Amazing. And it's not within the browser of ChatGPT. It's a program that I have, programming API that I can run from my computer. It's amazing the stuff that you can do with AI now. And yeah, the programming, the Python stuff, amazing. The programs I'm creating now. I can't even read all the comments from my YouTube channel. All the comments, the likes, the number of views, all that stuff. I got access to it now. So very interesting stuff. I'm into the programming, the technology and stuff. So one second, my dogs are outside and I need to bring them inside. Yeah. 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 So I have one of the dogs outside. He's not listening. So yeah. All right, he's coming now. Lately, I noticed There's got to be something outside because they're not coming when I'm calling. Uh, I actually found a snake because we had a big, huge snake killing one of my dogs. But inside my music room, we found another snake. But apparently she's not deadly, but you never know. So she was trapped in one of the mouse. I have a mouse trap, so she got stuck in there, and that's how I saw her. And she was long. She was thin and long. I don't know, maybe this large. This large. It's stuck in the mouse trap. I actually grabbed her and threw it to the chicken, and she disappeared. I don't know if she managed to escape or what. But I didn't want to kill her, so I let her live. But I threw it to the chicken, so I don't know what happened to her. But my dogs lately are outside in this area where the chickens are. So I'm guessing maybe she's down there somewhere near the chicken area. I don't know. Oh, okay, not a problem. Maybe next time, Andy. Thanks for trying anyway. I guess we can do this chatting. You text it and I answer whatever questions you may have. So, um, let me see. I need glasses, so I can't read, especially at night. Let me finish my glass of wine here. How about if I play a song in the meantime, and then I'll chat with you briefly? Hold on. Let me see where am I. All right. This next song, Andy, is it's my favorite. It's called "Can You See Me Now." I think you listen to it too. Chuma likes it too. It's a crush. It's inspired by my crush, I think call it. But it's beautiful. I love it. It's a club, dance club pop type of song. So, so let me play it now. Hold on. Anyway, that was a fun song. I love that vibe. I love to dance. So it's been a while. So I had fun last night. It was a pretty good trip to Gainesville last night. I just live too far. It takes me an hour and a half to get there. So, all right. So now got the sound. Only white noise interference. Oh, okay. Sorry. So you can you hear the song though? And why not? I don't know. Hopefully you can hear the song though. Can you hear the song? Yeah, I was trying to sing, but all right, my dogs got excited now. They're making a lot of mess over there. They're making a lot of mess. They got too excited. So, I don't know. You have any questions? Maybe about another song, Synthesized Souls. I can tell you why, how the song came about. If you like a particular song, what was my state of mind when I was writing and working on that song. I think I mentioned two songs, how I created those two songs. But yeah, I would say 90% of the songs are inspired by tarot readings and readers, because I follow a lot of tarot readers, and sometimes I listen, and next thing you know, I actually have a one. There was a black lady tarot reader, and I got curious, so I went inside her room, and she was playing some throwing cards about horoscope. She does like Aries, Gemini, Leo, whatever tarot readings, and she was talking about the title of her video was something about you're the one, they're missing you like crazy, and you're the one, something like that. But the black people here in the US, they don't pronounce the words like in English. So they use, instead of saying you are the one, she said you're the one. So instead of R, she said DA, da, right? You're the one. So anyway, I thought that was catchy, and I started working on a song. And it's a hip hop song. It's popular. It's actually one of my most popular songs in the channel. They have over 1,000 views, 1,000 likes. Just on likes, it had them. I think it have the most likes, that song, on my channel compared to the other ones. Like I have songs that have 14,000 views, but maybe 200, 500 likes. Where this particular song have 1,000 likes and maybe 3,000 views. So it has a pretty good rate, I would say. So a very good song. It's a hip hop. If you haven't listened to it, it's on the hip hop playlist. And that was inspired by this particular black lady tarot reader talking about somebody's missing you like crazy, and you're the one. So that's how it came about. So I'm going to look at your oracle cards next, because I may get inspired by one of those oracle cards you were talking about. So if you have them on your channel, Andy, I will definitely take a look at it this Sunday or next week and see if I get inspired by my dogs are playing over there now. They're bitey now. But anyway, yeah, I may get inspired by your oracle cards. We need more fresh songs, fresh tracks. And yeah, it could happen with your oracle cards for sure, because like I say, 90% of my songs are related to tarot readers on my own readings, right, about my ex, and also my love life, my breakup, betrayal, all that stuff. Have inspired a lot of my songs. So yeah, so yeah, there's somebody else who posted a comment that I should definitely take a look at our Oracle cards. I think her name or his name, I don't know, it's he or she, Divine something, Divine. Sorry, I forgot his of her name. You probably know this person, Andy. But they commented on one of my videos that I should definitely take a look at your Oracle cards. So I guess some inspiration. I mean, I got some inspiration from Kia Nala. Okay, stop it. I got some inspiration from a metal sign as well. The metal sign I have is called, it's written the words Latinas makes perfect lovers. Imagine that. And that's the title of one of my songs too. So that's how I started that song. And it's a reggaeton, Latin reggaeton. It's a Spanglish. So it has a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish song. So very interesting song. Oh yeah, divine affirmation. Yeah, it's in my channel. Is it a she or he? I don't. In the affirmations. Yeah, I couldn't remember affirmation. So yeah, this divine affirmation told me about it. So yeah, I'll take a look at your channel, Andy, and yeah, like I say, a lot of the songs got inspired by tarot readers, my own reading, or my ex. So I have to give her credit. She's not getting any penny from me for sure. No royalty from the novel because I'm getting some check from EU. I have a lot of people that bought my novel from the EU. So I get Amazon is sending me a check every month. And then I getting a lot in the US. I think I sold more in the US than Europe. And I get more money in the US because I think the taxes in Euro is higher, the VAT. So yeah, I don't get a lot from Europe because I think the VAT is pretty high on the sales on Amazon, and Amazon is getting almost 50%, 50%. So between VAT and 50% Amazon, the checks are really very low. Not a lot, but in the US, I'm getting more. So. Your Italian classes. I went to Milan when I was in Europe. I went to Milan and I passed my first. What is it, like an A1 Italian? So my first level of Italian I passed and all that. That was pretty good. But Italian is like Spanish, A little bit, not so much, but it's easier to learn. If you know Spanish, you can learn Italian easily. I definitely see it that way. So, but then I went back to the Netherlands, of course, and we speak Dutch over there and English. So my Italian is gone at this point because I don't practice, and I don't have a lot of Italian friends. So to practice, I do have more Portuguese, so I speak Portuguese. I don't practice a lot of Portuguese, but I listen to a lot of music, Portuguese music, so it's easy for me to pick up quickly Portuguese. So. I created actually a couple of Portuguese songs. I translated, I guess, some of my best song, Latin, Spanish reggaeton ballads into a Portuguese. So I have a couple of Portuguese songs on my channel as well. Yeah, they're pretty similar. Yeah, they're Latin. They're called Latin language. So that's why they sound similar. When I learned Portuguese back when I was 18 years old, I was told that the instructor, the lady who was teaching me Portuguese, she said that it's in Spanish in reverse. So if you know Spanish, Portuguese is in reverse, but it has a little, they call it sotaque, accent, right? So, and my accent had changed throughout the year because when I live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and then I moved to the US, I was so dark, like I'm white. I consider myself white now. but I was so dark because I was at the beach every day, Copacabana, Ipanema, in Rio de Janeiro. So I was so dark when I came to the US, so dark. And my accent was Brazilian accent, of course. And then I was dating some guy from Brazil. I actually had a boyfriend, Brazilian boyfriend in New Jersey. I was hanging out with Brazilian. We went to the beach. I had a Mustang, a Ford Mustang, a sporty car. And he used to take me to his beach house. He had an apartment in New Jersey, his house. So we were dating for a little while and hanging out with Brazilians. So they thought I was Brazilian, because I spoke Portuguese and I had the accent, a carioca. They call it carioca, Rio de Janeiro carioca accent. So, but it's gone now, because I don't speak it. I don't have a lot of friends speaking Portuguese. And my accent had changed because I lived 8 years in Europe. So between trying to learn Dutch and German, and I speak a lot of Spanish with my family and friends. So it's a mix of accent that I have. I don't recognize my voice anymore because I changed so much. So. Oh yeah, Andy. Pelé. Pelé's from Brazil, of course. Everybody knows Pelé. I don't follow football anymore, to be honest. But I love football. When it's the World Cup, I'm watching it. Right. I'm a good fan. I used to play football when I was in high school, so I was pretty good actually. There was somebody who was better than me actually. She was really good. But we used to play different teams from the neighborhood, right? And my team was so good because this girl was so good. She was really like a man. Yeah, she was called like a tomboy, but she was so good. But I was right behind her, like, because I didn't play a lot, but when I play, it was pretty good. So we won a lot of games in the neighborhood. So, but I play. My favorite sport is actually basketball. So I play basketball. I dream about playing basketball in like a in like a college, but I was in Brazil, so I never really play. But in Panama, we play. I was the best scorer in my team, so they have my trophy in my high school in Panama because I went to visit a few years ago, and I went to pick up some documents from my school, my high school, and they had the trophy. Kian, they had the trophy. Nah, they had the trophy inside the building when you come in to visit the administration area. So, and I felt so proud to see my trophy in there. So, I was the highest score for my team in those years in basketball. Um, so I miss playing basketball, but I do have a basketball little shooting target here on my property, but the hurricane damage took it down, so it's down right now. But I was playing basketball here, shooting. I like to shoot basket, so. And I bought myself $100 worth of the hooks and the whole thing. And I play here and there, but the hurricane damage that actually is down right now. So yeah. Brazil has, but they have this. They're a little ego. The Brazilian players lately, the last couple of years, they failed to win a championship because they're all like me, right? They're like, what's the name of this popular Brazilian player? I forgot his name now. I saw it the other day, a picture of him. He's so into his look and, me. And he plays good. He's really good. No doubt about it, right? But they're not playing as a team anymore. They're like me. I want to be the best and look at me, right? Where Pelé time, it was a team, so they can win a lot of games and championships. But it's not like that. Brazil is not like that anymore. They fell into win a championship. I think Argentina won recently, and France won a championship. I forgot who won last time. But I love to watch football. Yeah, they're my favorite sports, football and basketball. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Neymar. That's the guy, Neymar. So yeah, and I like I said, I live in Rio, right? So it's funny. Rio was a very special place for me, and everybody loves the beach over there, right? We have Copacabana, Ipanema, Leblon, Botafogo, you name it. They have I don't know how many miles of beaches, right? One after another. I used to walk the whole trends of beaches. And you have to be at the beach by 5 a.m. in the morning because you won't find a spot on Sunday morning. so, so I used to live in Copacabana first, and then I moved to Botafogo. Uh, Next to Botafogo, what was the other town? I forgot now. But anyway, I used to live in Copacabana. For the first month, I live in Rio. I was in Copacabana. And by Sunday morning at 5 a.m., you have to be there. Otherwise, you have a space. It's like a religion. You know, Karaoke Brazilian love the beaches. So you have to be there at 5 a.m. To get a spot at the beach. So and they had this little the female, right, the women, Brazilian women likes to wear a lot of tanga, you know, what do you call this thing, tanga. So it's just a little line. So you can see everything else, so you know, funny. Yeah, Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo too. Portugal. Unfortunately, Portugal is not never gonna win a championship. At least not with Ronaldo. They don't have the team. They have the best guy, but they don't have the team to win a championship. You know. But Ronaldo is amazing. Yeah, I have the Celtics. I play basketball. Yeah, my favorite player was Larry Bird. He wore the 33rd, the number 33. Sure. And yeah, that's my favorite basketball team, Boston Celtics. So I watched them win the championship. The last championship they won in 2008 against the Los Angeles Lakers. So that was an amazing game. So I was so proud of my team. I couldn't even sleep for days because I couldn't believe they won against the Lakers. But, uh, but yeah, that was an amazing year. I would have loved to play basketball. I thought I was good, but there's a lot of women that play really, really good basketball. But I dream about playing basketball in the U.S., but I was in another country, right? I was too old to enter the college here in the U.S. for like college to play basketball because I went back to school when I came back to the U.S. and I got a couple of degrees. I have a master's degree in project management, and I have a couple of bachelor's degree and an associate's degree. And right now, I went back to school again for a law degree. I'm studying law as a paralegal. So, so I love to keep myself busy. You know, I study whatever. You know, one day I wake up and say I'm gonna study this. So, and I just enroll to courses. So, or do it myself. You know, I go to YouTube and learn something. But I'm always busy. I can't stand still. I got to learn something every day. Otherwise, I get bored. So, yeah, I couldn't enroll to a school here because I wanted to play basketball. That was my dream. Like, I want to be one of the best players. If I have to do it all over again, come back in another life, you know, I want to be in a country where I can play basketball, win a championship. That's my dream. So, I used to be crazy just shooting basket. I spent days and nights shooting basket like Larry Bird. I don't know if you know Larry Bird from Boston Celtics. That guy was so amazing. And I wanted to be like him. So I just practiced day and night just shooting basketball. Just throw me the ball and I shoot the basket, you know. And I want to be the last second shot, you know, and win the championship. So that was my dream. But yeah, it's I was born in the wrong country, I guess. You know, because I would have been born in the U.S. right now. I would have played basketball. You know. Yeah, I'm studying paralegal. I should be finished next year. I've actually took a break now because I got the puppies and I was busy trying to move and all that. So I took a break from school right now. So I'm going back in January. So I'm now behind a semester, but I should finish next year my law degree. No, I don't know. There's family. I do a little of everything. I do divorce and stuff. I have somebody who contacted me about questions around that, and I said, well, I'm not an attorney, so I can give you attorneys and people that I know and I dealt with, but I know the laws and stuff. So and I know where to get information anyway. So if I don't know it, I said I can give you the information. You can research. I can give you a name to contact, right? So I work with family, um, local government, like regulations and stuff. There's contracts as well, employment contracts and contracts in general. I'm familiar with those because as a manager, I have to read contracts and budgets and dealing with third parties, vendors, third party vendors and stuff. So I read documents around contracts and business plan, proposals, RFP and that kind of stuff. So I read a lot of those stuff. So you have to know a little bit about law and stuff. What else? I like a little of everything. So, but I don't know if I'm gonna be in the law business, to be honest, because I'm kind of like what I've been doing for the last 22 years or so, the pharmaceutical business, data management, data scientist work. I like that more. That kind of attract me more. So Python programming, data scientist work like data science and reporting. I'm more into reporting now. What is it called? Visualization. That's what it's called now. Data analyst, visualization, data visualization and stuff. And there's more money there too. So the law right now is kind of tight. Unless you get a government job, and I've been looking at government jobs to see, if I get a job with the government, it's tough to get in. They really have a peculiar way to select people, Yeah, well, I haven't been stopped. Obviously, I live outside the U.S. for so many years. And I don't have any tickets or anything. Though I have to say, I hit somebody the other day from behind. An old lady. All this time she stopped, and I didn't react quick enough, and I hit her. So she called the police. So I do have I did get a ticket. So, but my car got damaged in the front now. But she stopped suddenly. It's like roundabout, right? This is a roundabout, like Europe. Here in the US, people don't understand roundabout. That's one thing. So anyway, the lady stopped. All of a sudden, she thought she was going, and she stopped. And I just couldn't react quickly enough, and I hit it. So, and I got a ticket, $100 something ticket. I pay that, and that's it. But I haven't had a ticket in over 20 years. No accident, nothing. So 20 something years. I've been driving for 40 years or something, and I never had a ticket. And this is the first time I got a ticket. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if that soulmate of mine that is in Bulgaria, she doesn't show up between now and 4 months, I may have to go to Bulgaria to look for her. No, I don't know. I mean, the tarot cards say I have a soulmate in Bulgaria, but then again, you can have soulmates almost anywhere. Probably I may have one in the US, though I check everywhere, and so far nobody's telling me I have a soulmate in US. So yeah, I have two soulmates in Europe, believe it or not. Uh, I ask daily almost if I have a soulmate in the US. I don't. So so I was thinking, well, I have to move to Bulgaria then. So I was looking at Bulgaria pharmaceutical business, and to see if they have a job for me. But right now I can't move. I can't do anything. I gotta move first and relocate from this area to another part of Florida. So maybe next year I look into the Bulgaria or Europe for that matter. Germany's nice. I like Germany. Germany was really, really nice. Remind me of the US because it's big everywhere and cheaper. You can eat in Germany for a lot less than you can in the Netherlands. You need like $40 to go out in a restaurant in the Netherlands. Whereas in Germany, with 10, 20 euros, you can get a nice meal. Germany have really good places. I visited many places in Europe and Germany, Frankfurt, Bavaria, Berlin, you name it. I've been everywhere with my Corvette and also with another car. I used to have another car there. But yeah, it's very nice. I like Germany. If I have to choose where to live, I would pick Germany over any other country. Maybe Italy. Switzerland, it was nice. Actually, I was offered a job in Switzerland. So I went to Geneva for a week to the company. The company has an office right by the airport. You get out of the airport, Geneva airport, and then across there's a building. So I was there in Geneva for about a week with the company. And they were going to move me, but I needed a visa to work in Switzerland. So they were having an issue with the visa. And I was getting impatient, because of course I'm not European, so I have to show this and that. And the company was asked to provide some additional documents and stuff. So I just got a little like, well, maybe it's not going to work. So I got an offer in Germany instead, Aachen, Germany. And then I moved to Germany. I took the offer. I was a senior technical manager there for about a year, until they decided they needed to lay off people. So imagine this, a company in Aachen, I won't mention the name, of course, but it's a popular pharmaceutical company. I'm not going to say name because they're popular. They're known from World War II. So I'm not going to mention name because they're part of the history of Germany, World War II. Let's just say that. So I'm not going to mention anything more. But I got the job as a senior technical manager. After my breakup, because I was after I broke up with my ex, I got the offer. I moved. They pay me everything. They find me an apartment. They helped me with the German. I was taking German courses once a week, and then they helped me with other stuff. The relocation was really nice, and then. By summer, they had a layoff. They lay off a different department, not my department, but another department. They downsized, right? They reorganization, they call it. So they started laying off people, and people were leaving too. They were afraid. People from other countries that came to Aachen to work, and I had a lot of colleagues. I was hanging out with a lot of guys, especially college guys, because they were playing football, and I love football. So I was playing with the guys playing indoor football. That was very fun. And I needed it because, of course, I just broke up with my ex, and I needed something to distract myself. So I went and played with the guys football. There was one girl and me, and everybody else was men, right, playing football. So we went far away, like an hour away from Aachen, to play indoor football. Very nice facility. I know how to play, but I don't know the name of the town. But it was nice. I had a good time with the guys, but talking to the guys, they were all afraid that they want to lose their jobs, whatever. So that's how it happened. And then by December the same year, we got another layoff. And that was my department. At that point, I said, okay, I think I need to return back to the US because this is not going to work, right? So I started looking for jobs in the US. So I was offered a senior manager position in California, in San Francisco. So I took it, and that's how I came back to the U.S. So I was a senior manager at San Francisco office. They pay me relocation bonus. They call it bonus. It wasn't really a full relocation, but they gave me some money to relocate to pay for my expenses, and I moved back with my dogs, my two dogs, to San Francisco. That was nice. San Francisco was beautiful, amazing place. I got a nice apartment by the beach. It's called Pacifica. If you Google Pacifica, near San Francisco, so I had a view of the ocean. So, and then I take my dogs to the ocean every morning, every day, morning and night after work, because I was working in the office in San Francisco, downtown San Francisco. So that was a nice drive. It was a beautiful San Francisco. I would say it's heaven on earth. If you like to travel, I definitely say San Francisco is a nice place to visit. I had a good time there, and then I moved back to Florida. So after that trip. Before, yeah, I know. Yeah, the Brexit, but I don't know. When I was in Euro and they were talking about Brexit, I never understood that because UK or England or whatever, the UK, you guys have your own money, right? You have the pounds, I think, right? Pound sterling. In Euro and EU, we have the euro, of course. So I never felt that the UK was part of the EU, European. Maybe in a different way, right? Some business, while commercial, financially, I guess it was part, but no fully because you guys kept your own currency. So I never thought that the Brexit was a big deal. That's how I see it. I don't see it at all. That was a big deal. It didn't impact you guys because you don't have the same money. You don't have the same currency. Uh, where a European country that's part of the EU, that would be a big deal to try to get out of the EU, right? Because then they have to print their own money. That would be totally different. Like Poland or Germany, if Germany decides to leave the EU, Germany will have to start printing francs. I think franc was what they had before, right? So, um, okay. So, uh, they got the ver for they kill center. I don't understand the last part. Sorry. If you can retype that, I don't understand what you're saying there. But let's see, my lady was like my soulmate almost 30 years ago. Oh, okay. Are you still together with your partner or lady? Yeah, 30 years, a long time. I would have celebrated this year 16 years with my ex. But of course, I celebrated with a cake. Actually, I don't know if you see my cake. I celebrated my 16 years celebration. If you go to my post, the what a community post, I think it's called community. I have a post there. I have a K, so you can laugh at my K, my anniversary. So I have a special K for my 16 years anniversary of my ex and myself. So, I just leave it as that, so you can laugh at my K. So, oh, she passed 7 years. Okay, sorry to hear that, but yeah, that's wonderful. 30 years. I wish I don't think I have that many years left, 30 more years, but if I meet my soulmate next, I would love to stay that long with that person, for sure. I'm not looking into dating again or anything like that. So, but it is hard to have a long-term relationship these days. The back in the day it was possible, I think, but now it's like almost impossible to even have a dating relationship, let alone a long term relationship. And I'm very picky. I'm very picky when it comes to uh, dating and stuff. And I hate myself for that, to be honest, because I was thinking the other day, I said, come on, I'm not that ugly. I'm attractive, right? I'm young. I could have so many relationships or just sex, sex. Hopefully YouTube won't block this, but XEX for like, with a lot of people. I have men and women looking at me, giving me numbers, calling me. Every time I went out to a nightclub, I have men and women giving me numbers. I didn't even have to ask. So, but I just wasn't like that. I was looking for the one always for years. And I regret it because now I look back and say I should have just had fun, and just XEX with everybody, And I didn't do that. I didn't do that actually. I don't feel it. I have to feel it. I have to feel somebody. I have to be connected somehow. Soul connection. Now definitely have to be soul connection. There's nothing more for me. If it's no soul, I can't do it. I just can't. But I'm working, and I have worked so hard on me to get better at every level to meet the one now, and the one that I'm manifesting right now. And it's amazing. I don't know if you saw the last night video. I was laughing this morning because the dancer looks like my sketch one. So I was like, I think the universe is ready. It's like, you're ready now or what? It's sending me signals like that soulmate so close now. Because she had the long dark hair, wavy hair, just like my crush, just like the what do you call the sketch, the woman that I'm manifesting. Actually, the woman that I'm manifesting, the real one, the one I'm using since April, end of April, I created her using AI. I just created a new video. I'm gonna release the next week, and that's my my manifestation. Picture. So I'm using her picture now in my video. I use AI to tell to make her sing. So now it's dynamic. So now she's singing and talking, singing. So I just did the video this morning, and it's ready to be released next week. I think Wednesday, scheduled for Wednesday. It's called. Let me type it in. It's called "I Live My Truth." I already released the song. Yeah, I already released the song, to be honest. But it was still picture. So somebody comment on my video saying, why there's still pictures? Why, when I'm going to release a new video? And I said, okay, that's a good idea. Let me do a video. So now I created a video for that song. So it's a very dynamic, and it's video clips of different things. So, and the woman I'm manifesting is on the video singing. So, so that should be funny. But anyway, it's only me knows that I'm manifesting her. So, and now people that are telling that I'm manifesting her. I don't know if she's real or no. AI created her, so I don't know if she's real. She exists or no in real life. Because imagine somebody looking at my videos and saying, why my picture isn't there? I don't know. That would be funny if she exists really in real life. I don't know. AI told me, gave me that picture. But I like her looks, and I'm attracted to that kind of woman. So, and that's what I want now. So, yeah, no, I live my truth. Yeah, you're gonna like that song. It's already on my channel, and it has quite a few views too. But I'm gonna release it, like I said, re-release an official video. Because somebody asked me why I have still pictures instead of a music video, right? People want to see more action in the video or something. And the song is beautiful. So it has a good message, the song. You haven't dated since before the internet. Yeah, I know, because you've been with the same person for 30 years. So I can imagine. And that's how I feel right now, because for me, 16 years, to date against somebody new. So 16 years, yours is 30 years. So that's even double, right? Mine is 16 years to try to date a new person again. Because I was stuck on my ex. One of my tarot readers said, you're stuck on stupid. So, and guess what? I created a song called "Stuck on Stupid." So, But she told me I was stuck on stupid. She didn't see any future on that. She said, "You're stuck on stupid. You need to move on. That's over and done." And I say, "Yeah, but But anyway, I'm laughing now, but I was crying before. So, uh, it's like. Anyway, I'm over there. I'm ready. I'm single, ready to mingle, ready for a relationship. That was one of my tarot cards recently. So, that was the card that I was given. Single, ready to mingle, ready for a relationship. And it's true. So anyway, the dancer last night looks like sketch one. I swear to God, it's like, what's going on here? That universe is sending me signals. I think I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've always been open-minded, but yeah, I was not open for a new relationship. I'll be honest. Of course, I was not over my ex. It took me years, and this year hit me really hard again. Creating music and working on lyrics and stuff, and pouring my heart and soul into the lyrics because it's my own experience, right? So I'm talking and thinking about what happened to me and creating songs based on my own experience. So it's hard because then I start crying. I'm a little emotional sometimes. And yeah, I had a hard time this year. At the beginning of this year, I had a hard time because I kind of wanted that relationship again. I contacted my ex, but she ignored me a couple of times. She ignored me the whole year, actually. So it's over. There's no going back there anymore, and I don't want that anymore. I'm ready for a new relationship, and I'm open minded, and I open my heart now to the possibility of having a new relationship. And when I asked Stefania 3 times about a soulmate. You've been there. I think every time you've been there on the chat with her, and you saw the lover scar every time. So the last reading was weird though. I got 3 towers on that reading. I don't know. That was kind of weird reading, but apparently whoever's coming my way is going to be shocking. So that's all I know. I don't know. I don't know this person, but it's going to be shocking. That's what I was told. You know, um, it's going to be unexpected and shocking. That's what she said. So I don't know what that means, but I am ready and open for a new relationship. So I have a lot of love to offer. I have money, I have cars, material stuff I have. So I can offer to someone material stuff, right? But that's not everything. It's about unconditional love, respect, loyalty. Um, 1 second. It's about, yeah, loyalty, respect, right? And in my case, I had an unbalanced relationship. So I need to have a balanced relationship, equal give and take. Because I always gave more. I always, because I was making good money. I was making $150,000 a year salary, right? So I gave my ex all kinds of stuff. I paid for a lot of trips. We travel everywhere in the US. We travel in Europe. So I spent a lot of money in the 7, 8 years relationship with her. But I didn't care because it wasn't about money. And I left my $150,000 career to live in Europe for a lot less. So do I regret it? I don't know. It's a tricky one for me because now I'm a little bittersweet. I should not have left my career because my career has been affected, of course, with that relationship. But if I have to do it again, I definitely would make a different choices. Um, I was making the money, so I should have stayed in the U.S. and she should have been the one moving with me because I was making the money, right? But no, I went to Europe instead to make less money and be more miserable because I was miserable. Even though I was in love, I was miserable, actually. It was not equal give and take. It was not a balanced relationship. And there were a lot of lies in the section and a lot of secrets that I found out later on, and still probably stuff that I don't know. I'm just taking wild guesses now because I look back and I overlook a lot of stuff because I was in love and I didn't want to lose her. But I learned a lot of lessons from that relationship that I overlook to be with her and not lose her, you know. And yeah, I'm never gonna do that again for nobody else, for sure. If you don't bring to the table the same energy, right? The same. It's not about the money because I don't care about the money. I have everything. I have several houses, property, I have land. I have several cars. You know, I have a Corvette sitting rotten somewhere. You know, I don't care about material stuff anymore. But I can offer that to anybody. You know, I can take care of someone financially and give them good life, but they have to be equal to me, meaning unconditional love, respect, loyalty. That's all I'm asked. You know, it's not much to ask. I'm not asking you to give me any money because I don't need the money and I don't want it. I welcome the equal give and take, of course, and helping each other out with the grocery or pay the bills together or whatever. You know, that's, I think it makes sense, but money is not everything for me anymore. I had everything financially. I had everything. I had several cars. I have several properties. I travel all over. I buy whatever I want when I want it. You know, I had a motorcycle too. You know, I can sell. I can do a lot of stuff. You know, I learned a lot. So I'm very independent. So I don't need anybody to support me or anything. But the respect, the loyalty, unconditional love is what somebody, many people don't know about unconditional love. Unconditional love, I learned from my first relationship. My first soulmate, she was definitely a soulmate, and she loved me so much. She taught me a good lesson about unconditional love because obviously I was too young. I was 20 something, and she fell in love with me, and we stayed together for about a year and a half. That's how long it took. Only a year and a half with her, but she taught me a good lesson because I was player. You know, I was a little player. I was young. You know, I was doing stuff. I was naive and learning. 20 something. You know, and she taught me a good lesson, and I waited for her and I cried for her for many years. I didn't date any. I dated. I mean, I was dating people and stuff, but with her was different. And eventually she moved out of the area. We were living in New Jersey, and she moved out to North Carolina, which is my favorite place now. She told me about Asheville, North Carolina, and she wanted to live there with me, but I told her no. And then eventually when she left me, I went to North Carolina and I realized it was the best place ever. I love that place. It's called Asheville. Let me type it in so you can Google this place. This is I love that place. It's so amazing. And I fell in love with that place. Never look back. I go there now. I don't, but I used to go there every month. I was there, traveling, visiting, vacation. Every time I had a vacation, I was there. That was my favorite place, Asheville, North Carolina. And she moved there after she left me. So I couldn't see her or talk to her, you know, she avoided me. And then eventually she came back to New Jersey because she's from New Jersey. And one of those gay pride fests, I saw her like 4 or 5 years later. It was definitely 4 or 5 years later. And she saw me at one of the gay pride parade and festivals. And she bought a brand new car. She bought a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, a sport red car. I mean, she was proud of that car. And she showed it to me at 2, 3 in the morning. I went inside her car and she's talking to me and she's showing me her car and all that. She just bought it brand new. And she said to me, I got a t-shirt that is yours inside my car. And I said, what is, you know, I started laughing. I said, okay, well, you can keep it. I don't want it. So I had a Mickey Mouse t-shirt, very tight, tiny, because I used to wear a lot of tight clothes. And I had the body, of course. I was 20 something and didn't have any bellies or anything. So she had my T-shirt inside her car, and I said, "Well, you can keep it. I don't want it." And then she said, "Well, if it ain't one thing, it's you." And I said, "What do you mean? If it ain't one thing, it's you." So she started playing this country song called "If It Ain't One Thing, It's You," and she started playing Jackson. I forgot the name. Jackson something. Adam Jackson. It's a popular country singer here in the U.S. And she started playing this song to me. That after all these years, 5, 6 years later, 4 or 5 years later, she hasn't forgotten about me, right? But she couldn't come back to me. She couldn't give me another chance. So she said, "No, I'm not gonna give you another chance." I suffer with that woman because I love her, and she loved me too, and she suffered. So that taught me a lesson, that relationship. So, but we couldn't get back together anymore. She just didn't want it. She didn't want to suffer with me or anything. She said I was too young. I was, not ready for that relationship that she wanted. So, and that's how I learned about unconditional love and respect people and relationships. And I offer unconditional love after that to other women, and they all betrayed me. They all cheated. They're all cheaters. And that's what happened with the last one too. So, um, yeah, yeah, you're right. Asheville was hit really bad. Yeah, that was crazy. That was last year with Helene Hurricane. I haven't been back, but I did offer support. I sent money, donations, and I sent Bibles. I collected Bibles, and they were asking for Bibles in one of those chat rooms. And I said, "Okay, I have a box of Bibles. I'm gonna send over Bibles because people want to pray and stuff, right? When something like that happens." So I sent a bunch of Bibles to a nonprofit organization in Asheville. Yeah, the area I was living there. I was living in Lake Lore, so Lake Lore got hit really bad too. So they're still cleaning the area and getting back to normal. So it's not normal anymore. But that's my favorite place: Lake Lore, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock, and Asheville. And they have the Black Mountain is beautiful too. Black Mountain. The Blue Ridge Parkway is the location. I love the Blue Ridge Parkway. I can ride that place all day long. Can make someone your property. You just got to accept them, false and all. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, I hear you. Um, yeah, the first one suffered with me, and then I suffer with my last one. So I get, you know, um, what did they say about karma? I guess karma, right? So I made my first one suffer, and the last one made me suffer. So. Because I was a player. I was too young. I was learning, and I got caught a couple of times doing stuff. I was dating. Look at this. I was dating a woman from beautiful. She was very attractive, blonde, very smart. She was really smart. She was from Virginia, and I was in New Jersey. So we used to go back and forth. It's like a 3 hours drive, I think, 3, 4 hours drive from Virginia to New Jersey. But she was wonderful, and in bed she was really good. So I can't complain. But anyway, the I dated for a couple of months, and then I was working part time because I was working for a pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, right? Um, my career is pharmaceutical. I do clinical research, data management, but part time, I was working at a gay nightclub. So there was a lesbian party on one of the nightclubs. I forgot what it was. One of big events, money making machine that day. I made a lot of money that day from women tipping me, right? So anyway, the manager said you can work at the bar, right? Because it's a lesbian night, whatever. So I was working part time at this the gay club, but that night was a lesbian night, right? So the lesbian night, I was told to work at the bar as a bartender. So I was a bartender that day. I think it was a Saturday. Yeah, it was a Saturday. So it's busy, right? A busy night. So I got all this lesbian coming to my bar, tipping me, and everybody buying me drinks. So I was drunk by the end of the night because they were buying me drinks. And then there was this young girl, blonde, beautiful. She was beautiful, but shy. She was an Aquarius, a shy woman, but beautiful. She was beautiful. So I had my best friend. She had a motorcycle. The guy is a guy friend. He was with me there at the bar, and he's checking the woman out and all that. And the place was packed with women, right? It was busy. That place was packed. And I was behind the bar, and all of a sudden I see this woman, and I said, and I have my girlfriend there. So I'm dating someone. I have a girlfriend. And then I saw this woman. I say, I gotta get her number. So my girlfriend was somewhere else talking to other people, whatever. She was somewhere else at the bar. And then I told my friend, can you give me her number? So my friend walked over there, and guess what? I got her number, right? So that was funny as hell. So he came back with the number, and he threw it in my face, like, here's the number. so anyway, the girl was looking at me, this woman, right? Looking at me the whole night, and I got her number, right? So the next day we hook up, and I was dating two women at the same time. So, and then I got called because there was another lesbian party. I did not bartend that day, but I went to the bar. It was a different place, actually. It was not a bar I was working. So I went with my girlfriend, but my other girlfriend was there. So she found out I was cheating, and yeah, you can imagine what happened after that. So that was something I never forget, and I regret it because I should have handled a little different. I should have left the other one, in a relationship, but I was dating two women at the same time. So. Yeah, I hear you, Andy. Yeah, I know. It's I was miserable this year, to be honest. This year hit me really hard with the music and the lyrics writing, and I kind of wanted to reconnect with my ex. My dog was getting sick, so that kind of also motivated me to contact her again because I wanted her to see my dog, our dog. It was, which I thought it was our dog, right? Fuzzy. He passed away in September now. I buried him outside back in September. But Fuzzy was a Dutch Westie from the Netherlands. We got Fuzzy when I was there with her. And it was our dog, but Fuzzy was really attached to her. I took her away from her, and I do regret that. I do regret that. So she never contacted me again and never asked for the dog. So it pissed me off. I was really upset all these years that she never asked for the dog. She never wanted to see the dog. And I understand, because of the way the breakup and what happened between us. So she didn't want to reconnect again. But the dog suffered, She should have tried something to communicate and see the dog. So I was trying this year to get her to see the dog before he passed away. Because I was told I have to put him away because he was sick. So I didn't do that. I ignored the veterinarian. I said, okay, let's let him die on his own. And he died in September. So, and I was really sad that he did not get to see her, but it's her choice, and whatever happens, I can't change that anymore, but I do regret taking the dog away from her. And I put it on my book, my novel. Actually, I wrote down on my novel that I regret taking the dog away from her because Fuzzy was attached to her more than me. He loved me too. I mean, he loved me, but he definitely was more attached to her than he was with me. But I wanted the dog, and I took the dog away from her, and she never cared about the dog after that, and I got pissed off about why she did not care about the dog anymore. So it hit me this year, and I wanted to connect with her and see if she can see the dog before he passed away. But it is what it is, it's the choices that we make in life, and we have to live with it. So yeah, I lost Fuzzy. I lost Cham. Cham was another Westie from North Carolina. He passed away in 2022. Oh my God, that dog! I love the dog. It's I call it. He's definitely my soulmate. And my dog soulmate. And he was all over me, and he loved me so much. He gave me a conditional love for 17 years. He died at 17, and he passed away, and I just couldn't. I was heartbroken for several months. I couldn't get over my dog, my Cham, and that's how I got Nala and Kian, my two Westies that you can see from. They're sleeping now. They're taking a nap now. They're tired. But yeah, um, Cham was very special dog, and it took me a while to get over that love. Cham with Fuzzy have been different because I was expecting it, and he was dying for months. So I was preparing mentally, but with Cham, no, I was not prepared to lose him. So it hit me differently. Sorry, I'm just going over in the chat to see if any other comments. Is Stray Shell? What do you mean? Like a little star shell? Yeah. I mean, those are special. I have so many. Like I say, I had 18 dogs. In 2023, I had 18 dogs. Imagine I have to work full time. I was a senior manager for a medical device company. So I have a lot of responsibility and stuff. Working full time from home. I was working from home. And then 18 dogs on top of that. Uh, it's tough. And then I have cattle and goats and sheep and chickens. I was all over the place, but I managed to handle all of that. And I don't regret it. I mean, it was my distraction, because I wasn't thinking about my ex during those times, really, because I was so busy. I didn't have time to think about exes or loss or anything, actually. But now I have a little more time, I guess, to think about my life. Like, think about me. Now I have more time to think about me. That's really what it is. Because I was dedicating my life to animals, right? The goats, the sheep, the chicken, Labradors. I have 18 dogs, 3 Westies, and the rest were Labradors. Wonderful dogs. The Labradors are wonderful. And yeah, I was so busy. I didn't have time for me. And that's how I started gaining weight too, because I was just not taking care of me. I was preoccupied with everything else but me. So, and recently I've been exercising, working out, and already people can tell the difference. So I feel really good about that. So I'm working on myself now. Yeah, I have done for so many years now since I can't remember, but yeah, dogs are a lot of responsibility though. I have to say I gave out a couple of those already because it's a lot of responsibility and time and money. You have no idea how much it costs me to buy food, dog food here in the U.S. I have to go every week and get a whole bag of 50 pound, I think it is 50 pounds of food. I don't know what's kilo. 50 pound in kilos is what, like 30 kilos? it's a big bag of food. So I gotta get food every. Actually, I'm running out of food again, so I have to get more food. I used to buy in quantity. I don't buy in quantity anymore. I just buy when I need it. So I know the feeling. Well, I'm feeling good. Physically, I'm feeling great. Actually, I don't feel any bones or anything, but mentally, I'm more tired. Like I'm feeling definitely more tired mentally. Um, and last night, of course, I went out and then have to work and do other stuff today. So I'm not quite 100% functioning when I go out that late. Last night was definitely my latest night. I got home at 2, 3 in the morning. But usually I'm here by 10 p.m. So it's not so bad. But last night definitely I was out for too late. I was out too late last night. So and drinking too much. So you got spinal problems, moving around. Yeah. But, yeah, lifting job. No, I hear you. Yeah, for men especially. Yeah. So um, yeah, no, I was lifting. You know how much food I have to get for goats? Goats have their special food. Cattle have their special food. Plus, they have haze. The haze I have to get it ordered and delivered to me. Those things are so heavy. Um, I buy 40 to 50 pound food for every animal. Chickens. I just bought food for the chickens because they don't like to eat grass for some reason. I have a lot of grass left over because winter is coming, so everything is dying, slowly dying. Soon there won't be any grass, so you have to buy hay or like corn or a bag of food, right? And they're 50 pound mostly. Sometimes you get a 30 pound, 40 pound, but usually I buy the 50 pound bags, and they're quite heavy. Let me tell you, I'm lifting weights every week. It's like exercising for me. And that, yeah, that's a lot of animals to feed, so but yeah, I understand your pain. And I'm sure I'm gonna get to that point at one point in my life, because I'm still feeling young. Body wise, I'm feeling great. Like I can jump and dance and without problem, but I get tired easily mentally because I use my brain, my head all day long. Yeah, I know. Winter. It's probably colder in the UK right now. Scotland, UK. It's probably colder right now over there. Here in Florida, it's gotten cold sooner actually. When I went out on Halloween Friday night, it was cold, and I'm not used to that. So I was freezing that night, but I went inside and it kind of got warm eventually, but it was cold. And every morning here is dropping to 50 Fahrenheit. So I don't know, like 20s. To me, 20 is too cold. I like the sun. I'm a sunshine person, so I can be in the sun all day long without a problem. So, but people complain here. People complain they cannot be outside the sun. Like summertime here, everybody's inside complaining that it's too hot. I'm loving it. I'm outside getting toasted. you know? That's why I feel like I look young because I'm in the sun all day. I don't mind. I'm sweating and I just like the sun. And I sit there. I look at the sun straight out. Look at the sun, no problem. But people complain about it here because it's too hot. Summertime here is hot. We get 40s, 40 Celsius, couple of days during the summertime. Usually it's 37 Celsius. Average, I would say 37 is the average Celsius. 38, 37. Sometimes we get 40. Not a lot. I think Miami will get 40 easily because down south is harder. I'm a little bit north, so we get 30, 37, 38, I would say average. So I love it. I'm outside. I mean, I love the sun. For you, summer went so quickly this year. I don't know. For me, summer was slow. Actually, it was long, slow. I don't know. I had the puppies maybe. That's why it kept me busy. Um, those puppies are so special. I actually I made a song for the puppies. I haven't released it yet because I have to make a video, and I have the owner of the puppies. I sold 8 puppies, Westies, right? So I sold them to other families. They're beautiful. They're growing, and they send me pictures and videos. So I have a collection right now to make a video of those puppies. I have a song right now, but I'm not 100% convinced if that's the right song. So I'm gonna give it another try and see if I try another type of song. But I have the videos and the photos ready to go because I get pictures and videos from the owners. They love those puppies. They're doing great. So I'm glad they're doing great right now with good families. So yeah, I know. I love Wesley. You can see my puppies, my two. They're sleeping right now. Nala, and Kian. Kian is different. I have two Westies before, Fuzzy and Cham, and Kian is different. His personality is totally different from Fuzzy or Cham. Nala, when I got Nala, she was not attached to me at all. Kian was attached to me, and now it's the opposite. Nala is all over me, and Kian is like in his own world. But they gave me 2 litters right now. Last year I got 4 Westies, and this year I got 8 Westies. And that's it. They're already fixed, so no more puppies. I can't handle that anymore. So there won't be any more litters in the future. So that's it. They're both fixed. I took them to the vet the other day, and they're fixed. So no more puppies. But I love Westies. I would do anything for a Westie. I mean, they're lovely dogs. They're a little feisty. They bark sometimes a little more excessive than I wanted them to bark. So I have to control them. But they're wonderful dogs to be around. I think any dogs in general, they're just wonderful animals. Okay, yeah, but this your summer is different than our. Of course, we're in the tropical Florida. That's hot, and I live in Brazil. Brazil had 40 plus Celsius degree. Brazil, it was hot. I remember a popular Portuguese song when I was in living in Rio that talks about the heat. It's called 40 grados. The sun is called 40 degrees or something like that. But in Portuguese, it's a 40 grados. I can't remember the lyrics, but it talks about the summer and the heat and Rio and stuff in Brazil. Very hot song, but I love the sun. I don't complain at all. And the Netherlands was cold. The summer in the Netherlands is maybe like August and maybe part of September. That's it. Maybe like 2 months is the summer in the Netherlands. I don't know. So I can imagine your summer is short too. It's like 2 months of summer because it gets cold after September. It start getting cold. Colder. You made a song. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I remember seeing the video. Yeah, that was very funny. She can sing better than you and me. I remember seeing the video yesterday or the day before. I don't know. Amazing animals, right? You know what I like to have is guacamayo. I don't know in English. What is it called? The parrots. The parrots, the guacamayo. I'm trying to think the English name. They're like different colors. Yeah, I know. You and I cannot sing, so but I mean, I try karaoke. I haven't uploaded my karaoke night video because of the flags. I'm getting flagged for every upload now, so I'm slowly uploading stuff. But what is it? Birds. Yeah, no, it's a birds, but yeah, it's I forgot the name in English. Hold on, let me Google the particular one I'm looking for. It's called. Oh yeah, Macau. Macau. That's the name. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. It's Macau. Let me English. Macau, but they have a different name. Hold on. What come on? Let me see. I love it, but that costs a lot of money. That costs like $1,000+ sometimes $3,000 for these parrots, birds. I want to get one. I'm just not ready right now, but I think I want one of those. I love those birds. It's like Cindy Lauper color. It's, red, blue, orange. I love those birds. They're so smart. Macau, yeah. Well, not so much parkies or something. No. But anyway, those birds are very smart. They talk. I mean, you can train them. They can talk. They can sing. They can do a lot of stuff. They're amazing. They're very smart birds. Yeah, Macau is what I want. We have a couple of stores here that sell them, and they're quite expensive. But they need food. They need cage and all that stuff. And I'm not ready right now because I'm in the middle of trying to move and all that. I don't need more stuff that I gotta move. So, but that's kind of my list, my wish list kind of thing. So I love animals. Spend so much money on animal. I mean, like the last 5 years I've been here in Florida, North Florida, on this property. I spend money on cattle. I have two, a bull and a cow. And then I bought two more babies. They were like, I don't know, 8 weeks old. I should show you the picture. So cute. The boy was so cute. He was actually an English. He was called a white English, British, white British bull. That's what it was called. I have a picture of him. He was so cute. Let me type it in. Hold on. And I don't have my glasses now. I can't even see what I'm typing. I can't even type. All right, it's you Google white British bull. He was so cute. I have picture videos of him. I saw him a few months ago because, like I said, I'm in the middle of trying to move and I can't bring animals where I'm going. I may have to get animals when I go there, but I can't carry too much stuff. So anyway, I got him when he was 8 weeks old, and I'm feeding him because, of course, Mama is not around. So I have to bottle feed him every day. And he was with me for about a year or so because I got him last year, and then I got another one, the black Angus. The other one is black Angus. Yeah, so I had those two, and then I sold my other two, and then I kept the white British bull and the black Angus cow. They were 8 weeks old, and I have to bottle fed them every day. So that was my routine every day. They kept me busy for sure. And then I have to buy the hay because winter time we don't have a lot of grass here. So I spend money buying the rolls of hay to feed them every day. Yeah, so a lot of work. A lot of work. I did a lot of automation on my property, so the water will feed automatically. So and if it goes down a certain level, it will refill right their area, the water tank. So I've spent money automating stuff as well and running water pipes everywhere. But I learned so much. I mean, I think I can build my own house next. So I watch all the guys building. I have all the tools. I have hammer, I have drill, I have chainsaw, you name it. You tell me a tool, and I think I have it. So, because I was like helping the guys building everything, because I paid for them to build it, right? But sometimes they came here without tools. So I have to go and get tools, you know. So I think I'm gonna build my dog house to for my dog myself. I'm like ready for it. Like, okay, I got all the tools, the chainsaw. I have wood. You know, I have wood left over from work, past jobs. So I'm going to build their own dog house when we move. So that's kind of my goal. I have it on my to-do list too. I say I'm gonna do this. I can do it. So it's amazing the stuff you can do. You know, if you learn the right way, you can do almost anything. You know, if you have the right tools and the right mindset, you know that you can do it. You can do it. I mean, I do my oil change. Though lately I'm lazy, so I go to the store and pay $150 to do my oil change. But I can do. I've done my oil change. I learned how to do the oil change on the Corvette with my ex, because my ex, her brother told me how to do the Corvette oil change, because the Corvette is really low, right? It's sitting on the ground almost, so you got to lift it up, find a way to get an angle to grab the oil filter. But it's pretty easy, you know. You just got to have the right attitude and mindset to do almost anything. So, and I feel like I can do almost anything, you know. I'm just lazy. I'm like, I'd rather pay somebody to do it, you know. But I can do my oil change. I can do what do you call it? A tire, because I had a flat tire one time, and it was raining, pouring rain. And here in the U.S. we have like AAA. You a member, right? You pay monthly fee, and you get a number and you call when you need help. I didn't have AAA, you know. So what do? I just went in the back of my car and grabbed the spare tire, and I start changing the tire, you know. I can't wait for AAA, you know, because sometimes it takes like an hour or two before they get to where you are. So I learned how to change the tires, the flat tires, you know, assuming you have a spare tire, of course, because that's the purpose for the spare tire, to change it. So um, yeah, I know. It's best you do it yourself, of course, but it costs money to hire people. I mean, I spend money hiring people to do my work, and now it's like, okay, I'm going to. I learn a lot. I watch people doing stuff, and then I do it myself, you know. But yeah, it costs money. So I learned a lot. The fencing, all of that. I think I'm gonna do it myself. The fencing for the animals. It's pretty. I learned how, so I know how to do it now, because I have a lot of fences. Trust me, I watched them doing the fencing. So, uh, but you need a truck for the fencing. Like the bar wire is different, but the other one, the what do you call the field? They call it field fence or the horse fence. Field fence. I think it has a different name, but it's called field fence. If you know what I'm saying. And you need a truck because you got to stretch it. You need like a big truck or a large truck, pickup truck, and tie one end, because the guy did it that way because he didn't bring the truck, and to stretch the roll, because it comes in a roll, right? A big metal roll. And then you got to stretch it while you're putting the stake, the post down, and dependent some corners you want to do the heavy duty pose, the wooden pose, and then we have the metal pose. So and they got I got a tool that you just hammer that thing down like but I had to buy it. I said I gotta buy this, so I bought the tool. So you just go hard on that and hammer down the metal stake or the post down on the ground, and then you can attach. They sell the clips to attach the fill fan to the post. If you do the metal post. If you do the wooden post, then you have to buy the nails. Well, they don't call it nails. They call it the staples. It's like a staple, but they're big and thick. And then you got to hammer. So I done all that work, and I watched them doing it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna save money when I move, and I'm gonna do the work myself. Yeah, I never stop in educating myself. I mean, I learned so many stuff. I can go on and on and off. It took several weeks to go over everything I learned between college. And I paid a lot of money for college. I have several degrees. I have a master's degree and all that, but they're a piece of paper. The way I see them, they're a piece of paper. What I learned in life is what have more value to me. What I learned about relationship, what I learned about friends, and from other people sharing knowledge. Uh, the hard labor, the work that some people do, their hard work. Real skills are those like electrician. The way that I see it now is like real skills are electrician and plumbers and people are like handyman. They call it handyman. People that can do and build stuff. I appreciate more than a piece of paper that I have. My degree is a piece of paper. Yeah, it makes a lot of money. I can make a lot of money with my piece of paper, assuming there's jobs. They want to hire you. But the way I appreciate now is the skills. People that can build something. People that can do creative stuff with their hands. Uh, People that I've seen people building a house. Here, I've seen people build on their own property, their own house. And I did a lot of work. I mean, people come to my property and say, "You did this in 1 year or 2 years?" I say, "Yes." They can't believe how I put my property together in 1 or 2 years. So I say, "Yeah, I did all of this in 1 or 2 years." Because I'm when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And they were very impressed when they came to my property. A lot of people, they couldn't believe I did all this work in this short period of time. I said, "Yeah, I did all this because I'm dedicated." I'm just like, when I set my mind to something, I'll just do it. Nothing is going to stop me. And I really love this property. Unfortunately, I have to let it go because there's too many issues, 3 hurricanes and some other stuff. I can't do this. So I'm ready to move. Yeah. That's what I'm doing now. I've actually just got some email from a realtor in South Florida. So she sent me some properties. There's one in Orlando that caught my attention. So she sent me the information. I haven't looked at it yet, but she have a nice property in Orlando for a good price, right in Orlando. So I'll be close to Universal and Disney and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure if I want to move to Orlando because the taxes are a little higher. So, but the property sounds like a good deal. So I have to. If I like, she sent me the stuff. So this tomorrow probably I'll take a look at it. So if I like it and I want to take a look at it, I'll probably go Monday or Tuesday next week to Orlando and see if I want to buy there because I have to look at the neighborhood, right? It have to click with me. To me, it's energy too. It's like I have to click. I don't buy stuff just for buying. I have to click. I have to feel the vibe, and that's what I felt when I found this place. I felt the vibe. I felt some energy. I felt like this is my place. Unfortunately, things just happen that is out of my control, like the hurricane. So it was an unexpected event, and it changed completely everything. So, and I'm ready to move again. So, which I wasn't ready mentally. Actually, it's been taking me more than a year to get it ready for this move, but I'm ready. I'm feeling ready now. So, ready for a new life, ready for a new relationship, ready for, for everything. So I'm feeling ready now. So mentally, I'm preparing. I have prepared for many months, and I'm now ready to make the move. But it's taken me, like, I used to take a lot of decisions without thinking. What do you call it? Impulsive decision that made a lot of mistakes. Now it's taken me a long, long time to make a decision because I learned my lessons. So I'm really analyzing every little piece of things that come my way before I make a decision, because I don't uh, want to make the wrong choice. Unfortunately, I can't predict the future. I mean, it's things that happen that is you don't foresee happening, and it happens. You get a couple of towers your way, and then you gotta adapt to those events, and that's what happened here. I was not expecting the hurricane whatsoever. So, but it happens, and I adapted, and I'm ready to move on. So, yeah, but Florida has changed so much. Actually, the people from the south are buying here, believe it or not. That's funny. A lot of Cuban Americans, a lot of Latinos are moving towards this area because it's cheaper. I bought this land, it's 7 acre. I don't know the conversion in meters or a square meter or whatever. You can do the calculation, but I have a 7 acre land for $50,000. You won't get that in South Florida. This property in South Florida will be $500,000 easily. So people from South Florida and Miami are actually buying here because they're selling their $500,000, $1 million house, and buy $100,000 land here. It's just, and that's like 20 acre. I think 100,000 right now. It's about 7 to 10 acre actually. So it's like buying my property, just the land for $100,000. But I have a house. I have a couple of buildings, a structure, so it costs a little more. But if they just want the land, they'll get probably 7 to 9 acres for $100,000. So. Yeah, I know, and especially Europe. You can't afford a piece of land in Europe. I don't know where you can buy a piece of land in Europe. They're mostly flat, right? They're mostly apartment flats. Um, so I don't know if that's my issue with Europe, because I want to own my own property, my own land, and build my house. So Europe for me, I don't think it's the right place, because I'll be living in an apartment, somebody else's apartment. Here, my land, I can do whatever. I can shoot. Actually, I haven't done it lately, but I have rifles. I have guns. Right? We have rights to carry weapons, so I can shoot on the back of my property. I can put a target and start shooting. So that's how different it is. I can't do that in Europe. You don't even have a right to own a gun, let alone shoot anything. So, but I have rifles. I have AK-47s. I have a couple of AR-15s. I haven't touched it actually. I don't practice. I've been busy with other stuff, but I don't know how many, but I have 20 to 40, no, 20 to 30 weapons. You name it, I have it. I have AKs, ARs, I have 22s, I have, what do you call, revolvers, I have 50s, I have almost every caliber. Almost every, I don't have every, but 22, mostly 22 and ARs. Then I have the AK 47. I have, what do you call, the revolver. I have two revolvers, but they're quite tricky to shoot. I don't like revolvers. I don't like the feeling in my hand. And when I shoot, it just doesn't feel right for me. But I can see you need a small revolver. I definitely can see where you can be useful for. But it's not something I would definitely shoot. I have nines. Actually, I have nines. A lot of nines, actually. Nines millimeter. I have a carry-on permit. So here in Florida, we have to have a permit to carry them outside your house. So, and I carry one in my car, and on my way, I can have it anywhere. I can go inside anywhere with the remote any weapon here in Florida. Yeah, I know. It's that's why I said Europe is difficult to find a piece of land, and if you find one, it's gonna be very, very expensive in Europe. So here you can get, still in Florida, you can get a nice piece of land for under $50,000. Here in North Florida, I should say, not in South. In South, you won't find that. It's gonna cost a lot more money, 150,000. The other day, I was looking at $150,000, less than 7 acres, less than my property, just the land, and you need a house and all that. The place to buy property right now is actually Arizona, and I was looking to move to Arizona, but I was told not to. so, um, so I kind of gave away that idea of moving to Arizona for now. But I was thinking about Arizona for a while because you can get a 30-acre property in Arizona for less than $30,000. That's a lot of land. But there's nothing around. There's nothing, nothing. It's like a desert. That's why it costs less. Yeah, we have the constitution in the U.S. So back in when I came back from Europe, 2019, I actually started. I got my permit. I think it was 2019 or 2018. 2019, I got my permit to carry weapons, but you have to pass a class. You have to take a couple hours class. That's all. It's not a big deal. You just pay for the class, and listen to the class and sign up for it, and that's it. It's not a big deal, actually. Um, so I got my permit in 2019 summer, and then they had a target shooting right there. So I started practicing with their guns first, and then I love mine. You should see mine. I don't have it right now. Actually, I should have. I don't have it here. It's on the other building and in my car. But anyway, my favorite one is a 9 millimeter, and I painted it red because I love red color. So, so I put red color on mine, but it's black color. But mine is red. so, so that's my carry-on. It's a Smith. I have a couple of Smith and Weston. I think it's called the manufacturer, the producer, Smith and Weston 9 millimeter. So I have one in the house. Inside, I have it hidden, so just in case, right? So it's hidden in the house, just in case you need to grab one, right? So I have one hidden, and I have a couple of rifle shotguns. The shotguns actually are in two, three structures. I have several outdoor structures, so I have a shotgun on each structure just in case I need to grab one, right? So, and then I have one in my car, and sometimes I carry one on my body, when I'm go outside and stuff. But I don't really do that too often, so I leave them behind. Yeah, I don't know. Here in the U.S., of course, I was saying that we have a U.S. Constitution, so U.S. Constitution gave us rights to carry weapons and stuff. Though the politicians are playing around with that kind of stuff right now. Some states actually have restrictions, like California, New York. You cannot carry weapons, so it's prohibited. Even though we have a U.S. Constitution, so I don't know about that stuff in the law. I'm studying law, but if I live in California or New York, I will sue because it's my constitutional rights, right? But I don't know what the deal in New York and California, to be honest. But they have restrictions over there. Texas is the opposite. If you go to Texas, you can actually not carry on. You can walk around in Texas with the shotgun and everything. The weapon is funny over there, but people don't do it though. Most people respect, and they don't have to show off or anything. So, but in Texas, you can actually carry your weapon anywhere. Here in Florida, we're not allowed to do that. We can carry it, but we have to hide it. It's called carry on. Sorry, it's called conceal weapon. Conceal. So you have to hide it. Where in Texas, it's the opposite. You can show it anywhere. You can walk around with a rifle and nobody's going to tell you anything. So very different. Every state has a different law, right? But here in Florida, I cannot do that. If I go outside with the shotgun, they arrest me. So I have to hide it. I'm allowed to shoot in shooting places and hunting. For hunting and stuff, it's okay because you get a permit for hunting. But if you want to go like a store, like a Walmart or a grocery store with a gun, you have to hide it. You can, because it's allowed, but you have to hide it. You have to put it in a bag or around your waist, right? And cover with a chair. You cannot show it. In other words, you cannot show the weapon. It's prohibited to show it, to display it. That's why it's called concealed weapon. So I have a permit. But in Texas, you can actually show it. You can go and show up with your rifle or shotgun, whatever, and nobody's going to tell you anything. So I like Texas for that, but I'm not sure if I want to move to Texas. It's just a little too far for me. Yeah, New York is crazy, though. I lived in New York actually for 6 months. When I came to the U.S., I did not like it. It's a jungle. To survive in New York, you have to be really strong. You have to be a go-getter. You cannot make it in New York if you just lay back and expect to get everything coming your way. You have to be a go-getter in New York. And if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, But it was tough. New York is tough. You have to be out there. And I don't like the city. I just don't like the city vibe. I don't like that I can't have a car and park anywhere. There's meters everywhere. There's taxes. Yeah. I just don't like any of that stuff. New York City, taxes and parking is an issue. I don't like cities in general. So that would apply anywhere around the world for me to move to another state or country. I don't like the city. I like to be in a country area where I can be myself and park anywhere I want, and not worry about meters or taxes or anything, That's how I like to live. So that's why I avoid cities. You know, that's why I bought here because it's like a country. You know. Um, did I feel safe in Europe? Yeah, I was so. But you know, I actually had a project in Belgium for like 6 months. Brussels, right? In Brussels, and you know they have a lot of Arabs and Muslims, right? I felt a little bit, just a little bit unease, a little bit, but overall I felt safe. I can't complain. In Germany, I felt very safe too. I was living in Aachen in Germany, and I walk around and I live around Muslim and Arabs mostly. Aachen is really full of Arabs and Muslims actually, and Polish. A lot of Polish, Arabs, and Muslim. I would say those three nationalities. Oh, and next city, you're right. It's very common in Aachen. I don't know why, because I was expecting Aachen to be very German kind of town, right? But it's not. But anyway, I used to shop or just go to the restaurants a lot because I don't cook. I like to eat out a lot. So I used to go to different restaurants in Aachen, and there was a pizzeria really good. I definitely recommend it to anybody who goes to Aachen to go to that pizzeria. It's an Egyptian owner, and the guy didn't speak English or anything. So of course I have a choppy German, so but he knew what I wanted. So but it was delicious. The pizza was the best I had in a while. Definitely better than any Dutch pizza. So very good prices. It was like 6, 7 euros for a pizza. It was delicious. They had a good price, fresh food. They also made tiramisu. Believe it or not, tiramisu was delicious. Huggies, kind of like sandwich and pizza. So they had a really good food for a really good price. For like 10 euros, I can eat really good, you know. So I eat out a lot because I don't like to cook. So, and yeah, they have, I felt safe. I would say I felt safe. And they had a park next to that area. Of course, I have the two Westies, so I used to walk around all the time. Of course, I have to take them out from the apartment and go out to the park. A beautiful park in Aham. They had the water fountain, and my fuzzy loved to go inside the water. Um, so yeah, it was a fun time. Aachen was a very special place. I'll never forget Aachen, and yeah, I wish I would have stayed in, you know, but the company was laying off people for like 3 times in 1 year. So I said, okay, I think it's time for me to leave. You know, I rushed. I think I was impulsive. I made a impulsive decision to leave because my manager told me my position was not impacted. But I said, you guys had like three reorganization in 1 year. I don't know about that. So and sure enough, when I check on my colleagues, people that were working with me, they all left the company. That doesn't exist anymore. So I guess I made the right decision. Maybe I made it too soon, but it would have happened anyway because that department was eliminated. You know, all my colleagues are in different companies or retire because there were a lot of older people, right? So they either retire or with other companies. So in a way, I made the right decision, but I may have rushed that decision. But it would happen anyway. They were laying off every department. Yeah, I know. Last night I was so hungry. I left the bar at the nightclub. Um, After dancing and listening and watching the drag queen show, I left, and then I was so hungry because I had too many drinks. I had a Cosmopolitan, and I had like 3, 4 beers already. I said, I'm hungry. And the police was right outside. There's like a police car on every bar looking at people to see if you're drunk, you know. But nobody follows me. So And I was driving and driving. I said, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Eventually, I got home, close to home, and they had a 24/7 gas station, and they have really Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if you have that in the UK, but they have a Dunkin' Donuts and some other stuff, right? And I stopped. I said, I'm hungry. So I bought a tea, a hot tea, and I bought some donuts for some reason. I haven't had donuts in a while, but I bought some donuts and some sandwich, egg sandwich, whatever, breakfast sandwich. And that's what I have all day. I haven't eaten since this morning, actually. But I'm getting hungry too myself now because I haven't eaten. I went to exercise during lunch to my, there's a facility here that is very popular for senior citizens, and they let me use their facility. Yeah, you have to be like 55 plus to get in there. But I'm not 55 yet. But, I live close by, right? So they let me use it because I'm a neighbor kind of thing, so they know I live close by. But they allow people outside the area to enter. Of course, I'm paying money. It's not free, but they have a nice pool too. I haven't used the pool yet, but they have a huge pool, and they have all their stuff, and they have the equipment that I need to work on my, exercise. So I'm going there every day now to exercise because I realized they had it. So I said, okay, I can go and exercise. So I do that every day now. Tomorrow I'm gonna go in. They're open late though. They're only open for 2 hours tomorrow, Saturday. So, but I'm gonna try to get up and go for 2 hours tomorrow. Um, so I'm trying to lose weight. My goal is to drop about another 30 pounds. So 30, 40 pounds is what I'm working on right now. So, and I so far I can tell I look good. I'm actually today I saw my pictures and people sending me messages. I got a couple of compliments for different people, and I said, okay, great. They definitely see the difference. So I said, okay, it's working. So I'm working on myself to get back in shape again. And yeah, I decided to sign up for the club there with a bunch of senior citizens. So, but there's not too many of them that go there. They have different hours. I don't know. But I'm by myself all the time, though. I'm exercising on my own. Oh, thank you, Andy. Yeah. Um, Actually, I don't know. I lost weight. I definitely, since August, I definitely dropped like, I don't know, 10 pounds since August, I think. Um, I don't keep track, but I think I dropped about 10 pounds since August. Definitely, I can tell my clothes. Everything fit me almost, except for one pants. Something that I bought 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Very thin. It's like a jeans, a pair of jeans. I cannot close the zipper, so so I'm working on that one now. It's like my next target because I fit on every pant now. Very loose. Most of my jeans are very loose now. It's like I have to get new clothes, pretty much. Is what it looks like. So I'm not gonna go shopping right now, but let's see. But I have to go shopping soon, but not too soon. Let's just put it that way. I still have two pants, two jeans, because I have over 20 jeans, believe it or not. And I can fit them almost all of them except for two. One, I cannot close the zipper. So that tells me I still have maybe 10 more pounds to go. I don't know. So, but I'm fine. Happy with the results so far. So yeah, I have to work on my It's my stomach for sure. But the legs, I lost a lot of weight on my legs, so I can fit my legs. Like before, I couldn't even get into my legs. I came past the knee, the knee level. Because I gained weight. I just let go of myself the last 2 years or so. Between the hurricane and some other stuff, I just like forget about me and take care of everything else. So And now it's like I can fit on everything now. A lot of the clothes are loose right now that I have, so that means I have to get new wardrobe, new clothes. So I'm happy. I'm satisfied with the result. I still, like I said, I want to target another 40 pounds. So, and I'm determined to do so. So, my mindset had changed, and I'm working on myself right now. So I'm happy with the result. I can't complain too. Yeah, no, I don't overdo it anymore. I don't do any overage stuff. I actually stay at the gym 45 minutes. I'm having a little hard time getting motivated, to be honest. So I have to work on that because it's the key. Motivation is the key, right? So to do anything. And you set some goals and you gotta get motivated and you gotta get it done. So, and the gym for me is like I really have to get motivated. But once I'm there, it's like I do my exercise. I'm happy. I'm listening to my music. I have some headsets and I'm on replay, on repeat for a couple of my songs lately, the dance club version. So I love it. Because that gives me some boost to keep going. And I finish my exercise and I come home and then continue my work. So I do have to work on my belly though. I still have some belly left over. I definitely think I can do another 10 pound around the belly and get it flattened. And I've been looking at some YouTube videos. I saved a couple, so I just gotta sit down and work on it here in my house. Something that I can do at the gym. So I'm working on that. So potentially this weekend I can do some belly exercise. So I need to target that area for sure. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah. I don't do a lot of housework anymore. I'm trying to know. I am not crazy about cleaning the house or anything, to be honest. I hate that, especially with the dogs, because I'm surrounded by either grass or sand. We have a lot of sand here in Florida. So guess what happened? The sand comes inside the house every day because the dogs are going in and out, in and out. So they bring a lot of sand inside. So I'm constantly, what do you call it? Using what do you call those things? A vacuum cleaner, right? I have a vacuum cleaner right outside my deck because every day I gotta clean. I don't like that. So because I have a lot of sand inside the house, and mostly it's the dogs. The dogs are bringing the sand inside, and myself too. I have shoes, of course. Though I'm walking around without shoes lately, so I walk around my property without shoes. I like that because it's like a earth. I'm connected with earth, right? Mother Nature and earth. So I don't wear a lot of shoes outside my property. But when I do, of course, I bring the sand inside. Yeah, I'm in country Florida for sure. I like it here. Of course, I bought it because my relationship it affected me a lot. So I was thinking I can heal by being around Mother Nature, right? And ground myself. and just be in general with Mother Nature. I just felt like I needed time to think about things, decisions that I made, and I just wanted to be connected to the trees. I love trees. Um, I don't know. I just love nature in general. So, and that's why I picked this location and property. I thought it was very quiet. Unfortunately, it changes. Unfortunately, we're getting a lot of people, like I said, from South Florida buying really cheap around here. So the prices have dropped. For me to sell it, make some profit. It's becoming difficult because so many people are moving this way, and a lot of competition and all of that. So, but I chose this place because I needed time to heal, to rediscover myself, to think about things and decisions, and I just want to connect to Mother Nature too. So I love that, and this was the perfect place. But now it's over. I'm done with the healing. I'm done with um, whatever I was doing before anyway, and like I'm ready for a new life, a new start, a new fresh start somewhere else, and that time have come, and I expect to move within the next 4 months. Like everything for me is going to happen within the next 4 months. At least that's what I'm preparing for, and that's what the tarot readings are telling me anyway. So 4 more months, I have a new fresh start life, a new love, a new start of everything. So Yeah, I never been to Scotland. I went to England actually. I had a business trip with a company. I won't mention the name. They're very biotech company. So they paid for my trip to England. What's the name of the place? I forget now. Let me do a Google search where I was. uh, Hold on. I don't want to say the name of the company. Upbridge. Oh, that's what it was. I remember now. Let me type it in. Hold on. I may pronounce it differently. Oh, here you go. Upbricks. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, okay. It's a Great London area. That's where I was. 2014. All right, that's the place I was. 2014. I was on a project with a biotech company, and they made me go to this place, Ubrix, for some training and to meet my colleagues that were working there. So yeah, it was beautiful. It was nice, but it was a quick trip. It was a 1 day trip actually. I didn't stay for the week. I think I went to meet them and talk about a project for a day. It wasn't even the whole week. It could have been 2 days at the most. But you mentioned Brexit. I actually have to check in like an international traveler. So that's why I don't see the Brexit being an issue. Because in the EU, you don't need to show a passport or anything. You can just travel around different countries, right? But in the UK, I have to show my passport to get in. So it wasn't an EU uh, country. UK was not. It's not an EU country. It's not part of the EU. It's part of the commercial financial agreement, but it's not part of the EU. So, but anyway, I was stuck in the airport. They were checking me out, asking me questions, but they knew I was going on a business trip, and they gave me a sticker on my passport, and that's it. And then the company car picked me up. I guess they had a driver or something, a company that does that, and they took me to a hotel near Upbricks, right? And the next day they picked me out again to go to the business meeting for all day, an all day business meeting. Yeah, I don't know. I was there for maybe 2 days, to be honest, so I don't recall a lot. That was 2014. 13, no, I say 13 and 14, because I was working on a project with a company in Los Angeles, a big, huge biotech company, but they have a site in Upbricks, London. So, and of course, I was in the Netherlands, so they told me to go and meet my colleagues and talk about this project, this particular specific project, with them in person. So, because I spent like 2 years with them working on a project. So, and I was working from home from the Netherlands. So that's why I ended up traveling to Upbricks. So let me see, London. Yeah, yeah. So you need a passport to go into an EU country in your end? I don't know. Because on my end, when I was in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, I have to show my passport to go to London. So I don't know if you need a passport to go into like Germany or Amsterdam. But yeah, I traveled to Spain. I didn't have I didn't need a passport. Spain, Germany, Switzerland. Actually, Switzerland did ask me for a passport, actually, because Switzerland is not part of the EU either. So I did have to show my passport in Switzerland. But it's funny though. In the airport, I had to show my passport, but I drove my Corvette to Lugano in Switzerland, Lake Lugano in Switzerland, and they never asked me for anything. I went. They had a costume border patrol. Two guys talking. They were talking and stuff. It was 5 a.m. in the morning, I think it was, and I was driving my Corvette. So maybe the Corvette was. They told them not to ask me for anything. Maybe they thought I was rich or anything. I don't know. They didn't ask me for anything. They were just talking and talking at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I was driving my Corvette, and I was going to pick up something, an order. And I drove my car, like I said, and I was going to Lake Lugano, Lucerna. I think it was Lake Lucerna or something like that. And I'm looking at them, and they're looking at me, and they didn't ask me for anything. I just went inside Switzerland without showing anything. So maybe they thought I was rich or something. I don't know, because I have a Corvette. And that was kind of weird because they were distracted. They were talking to each other and they weren't paying attention. So I don't know. They didn't ask me for anything. So I went inside Switzerland without showing any passport or anything. Uh, okay, so you just need a photo ID or something, like maybe a driver license or a passport ID or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't looking suspicious. Yeah, I don't know. I drove from Amsterdam to Switzerland border, um, between Germany and Switzerland. I don't know what that area is called, but it was between Bavaria. I think it was, what's the name of the Bavaria town? I can't remember stuff anymore. Um, that's my favorite town in Germany. Wait, I have to look it up. Give me 1 second. I have to look it up now because I can't remember the name I'm thinking of. And I was actually in Bavaria a couple of times for business meetings too. What's the name of the town? I'm looking at a map. Let's see. Like a whole region is called Bavaria, but it has a little name. Munchen. That's what it is. Munchen and German. Munchen. It's Munich. I couldn't remember Munich. But Munchen or Munich, it's the place. I love that place. I love it. Oktoberfest with the beer and all that is pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah. Munich, Munchen. Um, I passed through Munchen, right, Munich, in the border of Germany and Munich, down there south. It's where the two costume police officers were talking and chatting at 5 in the morning, and I'm showing up with my Corvette, right? So, and I'm waiting to be asked questions or something. You know, what are you doing here? Where are you going? Nothing. They asked me one question. They just looked at me. They looked at the Corvette, and I said, "Okay, keep going." That's it. I didn't even show ID. So, yeah. Yeah. Munich is pretty good football team. Yeah. Germany, Munich. I love it. Yeah. It's a very nice place. Actually, I had an offer to go to Munich, but my ex didn't want to come to Germany. So that kind of died. That idea kind of died out. To go to Munich. But I love Munich. I really love the place. And I had an offer initially, but then they offered the offer to somebody else, a German, and he's no longer there. The company made some changes and stuff. But they were running some oncology trials. And so they hired me as a consultant contractor to work on two projects for them for a few months. And then they hired a German to work full time because I didn't go for the initial offer. And it was nice. They invited me over to a business meeting and they paid my hotel, everything, right? But I decided to go with my Corvette instead. Instead of taking a flight into Munich, I just drove my Corvette, I said, I'm just going to do this with the Corvette. And then I met a bunch of people. And so I took pictures. I had the pictures. And that was very nice, meeting a bunch of doctors and people with PhD degree. A lot of German have PhD degrees, educated population. So I drove my Corvette to Munich and I got to the hotel. The beautiful hotel. I have to look it up. It's a very nice hotel, upscale. I mean, it was beautiful hotel. Very nice area of Munich. It's like very technology oriented area of Munich, and very nice meeting. And they pay for everything. So I just decided to drive my Corvette over there. So, and I had the pictures. So it was nice to drive like Autobahn. The Autobahn in Germany is like you can drive 120 kilometers, 150 kilometers. Nobody's going to stop you, Yeah, I love to drive. I mean, I've been doing driving for so many years. And here in the US, I go anywhere. I love to drive because it's a time where I can think while I'm driving. So I don't know. I love to think a lot, I guess. So it's a time for reflection, I guess. And I think a lot when I'm driving. So, and I just like to drive. I don't know. I just love to drive. So it's just me. And here in the US, we don't have a lot of manual car. Is that how you call it in the UK? Manual car, stick shift, the stick cars. Um, Let me see. Yeah, we don't have here in the U.S. A lot of people don't know how to drive a stick shift or a manual car. So I love to drive a manual car. My Corvette is manual, so you have to know how to drive it. But I have a automatic car as well because it's convenience. But I love to drive stick shift. So, but a lot of people don't know how to drive a manual car. But I love to drive. I've been driving for so many years now. I go to the mountains. Like I said, North Carolina is my favorite place. So if I have to pick a place, I go to North Carolina. They have a lot of mountains, a lot of areas you can just relax, reflect, think about things and just meditate, and stay still, stillness. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I don't mind driving. I can go to Arizona. I can go to any place right now, actually. But actually, my gas station. I do have a gas station nearby, so it's like 3 miles away. But downtown for me is I don't know. I don't know in miles. I haven't paid attention to be honest, because it's just routine for me. But I'm 30 minutes, 30 minutes away from town, downtown, the center, city, whatever it's called. So it takes me 25 minutes to go downtown. So yeah, I like it like that. I just like it like that. But 3 miles, I have a gas station for sure. We need it here for sure. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. If you run out of gas, you're in trouble. But I got a lot of gas tank. Of course, with hurricanes, you need to have gas stands. So I have gallons. I have 5 gallons of gas tank, whatever it's called. I have 4 or 5 of those. Five. I have 5 gallons. So every time we get a hurricane, you gotta fill it up with gas, because you never know how many days you're gonna be without electricity or anything. So I have 5. Fill it up. I'm actually pouring the gas now in my gas tank now because the hurricane season is over, right? So, but I have 5 of those fill out with gas, and I use them for my what do you call the cutting grass. So when I cut grass, I have to have gas, of course. Uh, but now because the summer is over and no more hurricanes, I'm pouring the gas inside my car gas tank. Um, but yeah, 3 miles is not far. It's 3 miles to everything. Here right now it's 3 miles to a grocery store, 3 miles to a gas station, 3 miles to my gym. So it's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, lawnmowers. Exactly. Yeah, I have the lawnmowers. But because winter is around the corner, it's getting cold, the grass is dying by itself. So you don't need to cut the grass. And I don't want to cut grass anymore. It's like a full-time job cutting grass. And I don't have a big equipment anymore. One of my mowers died, so I sold it to somebody else who can fix it. And then I bought a small mower, but it takes me longer to cut my grass. And I don't want to cut more grass, but it's a good exercise. I mean, if it's a good exercise, it's a good excuse to go out, and exercise because you got to push this lawnmower and go around for a couple of hours to clean my 7 acres. Yeah, exactly. Generators. I sold one last year. I have 2, but now I have 1. And yeah, you do need. Sorry, I'm getting a message from YouTube about my URL or something. I don't know what that means, but anyway, yeah, I have one generator that can power lots of stuff here. We, run out of electricity, so it does take gas for sure. But like I said, we didn't have a hurricane this year, so I'm glad we didn't. So I have leftover gas. So what I'm doing every day is just pouring the gas inside my car gas tank, because you don't want to keep the gas sitting for months. Get it fresh gas. Well, like I said, the hurricane destroyed my property, caused a lot of damage. I had what do you call solar panels. I spent over $2,000 in solar panels. Um, I have like batteries, all the equipment, for solar, but it doesn't feed a lot. It's just for I have a small RV. It's a recreational vehicle. I don't know if you know those things. I have one of that's where I'm inside right now. It's a 30-footer recreational vehicle. If you know them, you can tow them and go like a park or anywhere with it. It's like a little house. It's like you're towing a house, because I have like 3 beds. I have a stove. I have a table. I have a sofa. You name it. So it's a nice little house. So I'm sleeping here tonight. So, but I love it because you can go anywhere. You can go camping with it. You can go travel all around the U.S. with the camper. They call it camper too, camper or RVs. So I can go anywhere in the U.S. with the RV or the camper. But you need a truck to pull it because it's heavy. This is 30-footer. This is 30 feet long uh, RV. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like it's perfect. But you need a big truck because not any truck can pull this thing. It's heavy, so you need a huge truck uh, to tow it. But it's perfect for traveling, go around the country. Yeah, because you can eat, do anything here. It's like a little house. So you can cook. There's a refrigerator. There's a sofa. Uh, there's beds. There's table. A dining table. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And I spent a lot of money on it. I mean, I bought it for 30,000 cash. So it's a lot of money. But now, if I want to sell it, I barely get anything. So yeah, it's like. I bought a cash for 30,000. Now I can barely get 10. So I rather not sell it. I almost sold it. Somebody was offering me 10,000 for it, and I said no. That's so cheap. I paid 30,000 for it. So I rather keep it because you never know if you have visitors, if you want to travel. You know. Yeah, exactly. They're nice. It's like a little house, and I love it. I like to stay here. So anyway, I think it's getting it is 10:24 my time, and I think I passed the time I wanted to go over this. So this was my first time, and I appreciate Andy. You've been here with me, chatting with me. So um, thank you for the support. Thank you for the questioning. Maybe next time try to test your Teams. So in the browser, perhaps we can join I live link on Teams. All right, so I just disconnected from Teams because I was waiting for you, but I totally forgot it was on. But yeah, maybe next time we connect and we can chat online instead of chatting because I'm browsing and it's only you participating, even though there might be other people watching or listening. But um, maybe next time we get a little more bigger crowd, and it's hard to follow sometimes on the chat what's going on. So that's why I would like to connect via Teams, because that way we can chat and have others participate as well in the conversation. So yeah, I'm tired, but tomorrow morning I'm gonna go to the gym because I drank too much alcohol this past week, so I probably gained like a pound or something, just alcohol. So I gotta work on my exercise again tomorrow and Sunday. Sunday they're closed, but I'm hoping you know I can work on my weight. Like I said, I have 30 to 40 more pounds to go. That's my ideal weight right now. But yeah, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. So I appreciate the support and the encouragement to continue. So anyway, Ellie, I think is still maybe on. I don't know who else is on. Listening. Thank you for your support. Soul Sojourner, thank you for your support. See you next time. I'm not sure if next week I'm going to be online for this particular conversation. I'm going to look into the karaoke piece because of the copyright stuff. I got to investigate that a little more because I wasn't thinking about it initially and see how that can work out. So, and get that promoted differently because every video that I'm uploading with music that is not mine is getting flagged right now. So for those reasons, I gotta be a little cautious and careful not to get flagged because next time I could get a strike. It's big training for a couple of minutes. What is it? Nurse a time, a few times through the day. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's actually today I did a bicycle. Well, actually, I wouldn't call it a bicycle. I think they call it clips machines, where you work your upper body and lower body at the same time, right? If you know what I mean. So I did that for like 15 minutes, but I did fast. So it's the intensity, you know. The intensity is what counts too when you do an exercise, not the 30 minutes, because 30 minutes it won't make any difference, if you don't have the intensity there. So all right, so Andy and everyone else watching, thank you for joining me, my first official live on Conversation with Anna. I think I'm gonna do this every other week for now, and maybe eventually I'll do every week because I actually found some musicians yesterday, so I want to connect with them and see if we can play some live music on my Conversation with Anna. And so I gotta follow up with those musicians that I met this past week, so see how that's gonna work doing live shows because of the distance. I'm a little far right now, so. But anyway, in about 2 weeks, I'll be back. Thank you again for the support. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate you. Try to see if you can download the browse, the Brave browse, if you want to try that on your iPad or, your other device or your computer. And hopefully we can connect and chat online, via phone. I do have a phone that is a US phone, but I think it might cost you money if you try to call my phone. So that's why I didn't give it to you. So it's mostly for US listeners. It's a US 800 number for free. So once we get more people connected, I'm gonna share the number and people can call me, and that way, we can talk online, kind of. So it doesn't need to be Teams, right? But because you're in the UK, I might have to use Teams because I don't have a UK number or EU number, you know. Okay, so you got the Brave browser. I might do a live on YouTube with some pack openings. You mean pack openings? You're talking about your tarot oracle cards? Do you read cards as well? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do a lot of TikTok. I did sign up for TikTok recently, maybe a few days ago, because I had a TikTok, but it's in the Netherlands, and apparently the Netherlands doesn't have a TikTok over there, and nobody's watching anything. So it's like I have zero views. I don't know, for some reason when I created TikTok, I used Netherlands, a country, right? Because I wanted to promote some Dutch song, but nobody has TikTok in the Netherlands apparently. So it has zero views. So I couldn't switch it back to the US. So I recreated a new Souls TikTok channel so I can get that channel kind of growing. But I'm not into TikTok, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. But I know a lot of people are in TikTok, So I had to look into that a little more. Okay, got you. Yeah, I prefer somebody else to read me. I go to different channel. I have a lot of people that I go to and ask questions and stuff. But to be honest, tarot readers or readings have been up and down, like not accurate to me. I try so many, like they're very accurate at my past. That definitely I can say they're very accurate. But when it comes to time frame, like in 2 months, 4 months, they're very inaccurate. I would say 100% zero accuracy. so so far, at least. So that's why they're crazy about asking about 2 months, 4 months, nothing like that, because they're not accurate at all. But I'm still expecting something to happen in regards to my love life, and everything else, my house, my property. So we'll see. I got them some readings in the last few days, so it looks promising, but I have to wait. Divine timing, as they say. But in general, there's zero accuracy when it comes to time frame. So I do not like to ask questions about time frame because I know they're inaccurate. Energy changes, right? People change, decisions are made. People change daily, so it's hard to prescribe or have an accuracy on if it's something's gonna happen in 2 months, 4 months, 3 months. Um, so I don't ask those kind of questions anymore. I was a little crazy about it initially, but I'm not anymore because it's zero accuracy. That's kind of what I got to so far. But the other prediction is still to be happen. I'm waiting to see if it's gonna happen. Right? Some of the predictions that was given by some of the tarot readers. You've been to those channels, and I'm sure you listen to my predictions. So I'm waiting to see if it's gonna happen. So that's all. But anyway, um, as for energy reading, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it. You're correct. I don't think about energy too much. I kind of ask direct questions, but you're correct. Maybe energy reading make more sense for me at this point. Anyway, you love yourself for now. Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for being here with me today. And yeah, have a nice weekend. It's late for you, so I really, really appreciate you staying online with me and asking me questions and chatting with me. Unfortunately, we didn't get to connect online, but hopefully next time we can do that online. So yeah, it's all happening in divine timing, right? Though I'm a little impatient, I'm an Aries, so I'm a little impulsive and impatient, but I learned my lesson, so I had no choice but to wait. So, uh, energy readings are mostly for my 7 days. Oh, okay. I've never done it, to be honest, but I keep that in mind because I don't think about 7 days or anything. I kind of think about day by day now. I don't know, because I've been impulsive my whole life. Now I'm taking it easy and I just do not care about any other stuff. But yeah, that's a good way to ask about energy. Maybe next time I join one of those chat, I will ask about the next 7 days because I don't do that. But you're right. Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. All good things for those who wait. I heard that phrase so many times. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one, to be honest. Good thing happens with us. Well, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one, to be honest. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little impatient. I want things to get done now. Uh, so, all right. Enjoy your coffee. Thank you. And bye, everyone, whoever's still online. So, good night, everyone. See you. Thank you for joining. Bye.